Welcome, 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 welcome. Hopefully, everybody is ready to get another chance to win a lifetime VIP, or not a lifetime VIP, but get a chance to spin the wheel. As you guys heard this morning with Coach, if you guys sign up for a VIP membership, you will get a chance to spin the wheel of cash. So, anybody that signs up for the VIP lifetime, yes, he is extending it one more weekend. He will give you an opportunity to spin the wheel of cash Monday. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully you guys are excited about that. Didn't think it was coming back. Totally blown out of the water. Thank you, Coach. Welcome to the Aftermarket. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts. And this is a stream that has been created by traders for traders, just to kick back, relax, and enjoy each other's company and talk about our day trading in the stock market. We are a group that has been started by CEO and founder Chad W. Christian, who is a 30-year vet of the stock market, and he has taught us how to get in trades, out of trades, and pretty much everything in between. So thank you, Coach, for that tutelage. We appreciate you so much. I see we got some people coming in on the chat down there. Welcome, guys. I see we got Mark McSee in the back room. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. But, just wanted to say, listen, I appreciate everybody that takes the time to come in here, because I know that people have lives. And I know that, I know I've got time to sit in here all day, but everybody doesn't always necessarily have that. So anytime you guys take the time to come in here and spend time with us, learn to push the strategies forward and really get something out of it, it is much appreciated. So as usual, there's 3 links in the description of this video. If you'd like to come up here on the panel and talk and kick back and tell us about your trades for the day, then go ahead and click the first link in the description. It says click here to join the panel. Simply click that and follow the prompts to come up onto the panel. Only one rule. Well, 2 rules. You have to be respectful, and you must have your webcam. So we would love to see your beautiful smiling faces. So have your webcam on. Otherwise, I can't let you on. And also, the second link in the description of the video is none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. Okay, there, if you go click that link, you can sign up for that VIP membership that I mentioned earlier. Cool thing is you can also sign up for any of the a la carte products, the Trading View indicators, the workshop classes. You can sign up for a one-on-one with a moderator. You can sign up for the hot stock picks, you name it. The cool thing about the VIP, though, is that it includes all of that. And it's $2,500 for the year. They do offer monthly memberships. But to be honest with you guys, you might want to go ahead and pick up that lifetime VIP, because the monthly is $350 a month. You do the math. That's over $3,000 a year if you do it that way. You'll get a discount if you do it by the year, because it's only $2,500. However, the lifetime membership is only $5,000 total one-time payment. That's 2 years worth for a lifetime. Okay, so that is obviously the best value. So if you get an opportunity and you have that, especially if you're in here and you're learning off coaching strategies and you're making money, it's a no-brainer, right? So yeah, get on in there and get yourself a membership, or at least get some a la carte stuff. Who do we have down there in the chat? Because I don't mean any harm. I was almost running late because I was so interested in Bruno's story, and I'm not going to go into it, but I love those guys, man. I love all of you guys. I love bonding with you and listening, and I'm hoping he's over there making some money right now. I'm late for my own show, for our show. I consider it our show. Shout out to Arlo. What's up, girl? How you doing? Hey, look, I'm terrible. I'm telling you, I'm terrible with it. You're not the only one who has picked up on that. I'm sorry, but I'll try to be better. Shout out to Ed. We're gonna keep it simple, Ed. You were on here yesterday and you told me, hey, you could just call Edward Edinburgh. Yeah, you could just call me Ed. Okay, cool. Got you. Welcome, Ed. Now that I know you and I've met you, shout out to Steve-O! Steve-O! Welcome, honey. Love the name. You know I do. Shout out to Jay Stone. There was a singer that I used to get into back in the day named Joss Stone. I'm like, is that Joss Stone? Jay Stone. What's the odds, right? Let's see. What? Theana Green. Welcome. Welcome. That's a new name. I haven't seen that name before. Welcome. Canadian Blizzard. Welcome. I've seen you. American Dream Trading runs on. DD. Diesel Dan. What's up, sweetheart? Love you, man. KB. What's up, KB? That's our JetBlue guy right there. And then we've got Mark McCullough. Gee, wonder who that is. He's in the backstage. I think I know who that is. We've got Patrick, the man with the golden voice, doing our call outs. Welcome. Miguel Lara. Steady Miguel Lara. He is in all of these streams. Thank you for coming and supporting, Miguel. I appreciate you, man. Who else do we have in here? I think that might be it. We got Brad's Redneck Projects and Adventures. What's up, Brad? We got Carolyn's back in here. Welcome, Carolyn. You know we got to say hi to everybody. Kim, what's going on, Kim? Kim Weaver. All right. I think we covered it. So let's go ahead and get ready to go over these rules. Let's get Mark in here because he's been waiting so patiently in the back. Mark McSee, how are you, brother?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Ready for the weekend. Ready for Monday.
Me too, already, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about coming in here tomorrow and doing some just discussing this L2 thing. Hopefully we can. Oh, that's right. Nate's going to be traveling. But I don't know if you're doing anything, but if you want to come in, I know if you don't have yard work or something to do at the church, if you have a few minutes, come on in and talk about some L2 stuff with us. I'll tell you one thing, though. This morning was phenomenal. The way that you walked Han through that and stayed on him the entire time. Mark took this guy under his wing who was in the process of losing money and literally was walking him step by step on how to read that L2, what to look for, why he was in it, where he was, and kept him fully abreast of it and didn't let up. He was like a ham. You had your teeth in his neck so hard, dude. I felt so bad for him. But people need it, Mark. People need the tough love. They need to be directed. So, and you were doing that, and you did it professionally, and you did it with love. So, I just wanted to.
It's one thing to watch a video or teach a class, but if you don't actually ask the people or the questions to find out if they're comprehending.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people still wait for coach to give the, whatever it's called now? It's not called pre-market setup, pre-market ideas.
Yeah.
How many people still don't draw lines on a chart? They wait for coach to give it. They freak out if he doesn't, if he's not there and doesn't give them. You should be learning this. That's the first thing you should learn how to do. So
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of members in here that ask people questions. You got to find out if they're understanding or they're just nodding their head saying they do. So if you ask them a question, it puts them on the spot. At least make them think what is the answer. So that was nice. It was a nice conversation with him. I think he grasped it pretty good. So
I think you did an awesome job helping him grasp it. I'm trying to enlarge that to see who that is. Is that Nate? Yep, that's Nate. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Did he make money, Nate?
I don't know. He was trying to help somebody with their microphone or something.
I mean, the last thing I left, he was in a trade.
Well, he was still in it. He was just trying to help him, help a gentleman with his with his microphone or something.
He's so selfless. Gotta love Bruno, man. Gotta love Bruno. He will always take time sick or whatever. Nate, you were in there, helping everybody sick last week. So You are definitely much appreciated, and thank you for always taking the time to come and talk to people, And I was listening to what you said, and it's, it's amazing that we have this group where we can talk to each other and relate to each other, because it's almost like, I watched this movie Unlawful Entry where they had a scene where the guy took the girl to a bar. He was a cop, and everybody was cops in the bar. So it's like, she's like, it's nice that you guys have a place where you can come and talk and relate without, because it's like, the guy's like, yeah, cops on one side, everybody else on the other. That's kind of like how I feel about traders. Those of us that get it, and those of us that are managing to kind of stay in it for any length of time. It's like, and especially if you're making money, you have to be careful who you associate yourself with, because people will only see dollar signs, when they talk to you and they look at you. So you got to be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure do.
But yeah, man. So let's see.
You doing more trading when you hit the road today, Nate?
I'm probably gonna trade Monday morning with y'all. But Tuesday, I think I'm not gonna trade at all Tuesday. Yeah. So
enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dom E. Welcome, Dom E. Farrah, how you doing, sweetheart? Trader Vaughn, way to go. Thank you for coming, guys. Listen, don't forget the tip jar is also located in the description of the video if you want to go ahead and send a tip over. Coach is really into getting his moderators tip for all the extra work that they do. So if you think I'm doing a good job on here, feel free to go ahead and donate to the tip jar. It is definitely much appreciated. But yeah, people are talking about this L2, Nate, Mark. You guys are like, the becoming the gurus of it. Well, Nate, we know you're the guru. Mark, I think you're a guru myself, because, I just listen to you guys, the way that you're masterfully looking at the levels and figuring out when to get in and out. And that seems to be the talk of the day, the talk of the week, talk of the month is the L2, I mean,
well, if another option for trading stocks, so
yeah.
Well,
it's like it's like the support and resistance lines. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. I mean, that's really what it is. If you draw your support and resistance lines, you're going to see the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it hits them support and resistance lines, like Coach taught us. If you do your support and resistance, all you got to do is look. You can see where it's at. Do a day chart, do a 4-hour chart. Get your lines drawn, and you'll see that L2 book, people know where there's support and resistance at, So you'll see that lines up with it all the time. Only thing that L2 book is kind of gives you a heads up that there's more sellers coming in the market, because you can't tell that. You can watch a volume bar, but it shows you where the orders are at, and if there's somebody's put big orders in ahead of where it's currently at, it shows you that. So it's kind of a cheat code that way, in a way.
It's a big cheat code.
Right.
If somebody really learns it, they can really, change their future. All you got to do is look
we started hanging out in the pre-market. I mean, Coach has taught on it, and Nate's reinforced it and taken the time, many hours of re-explaining Coach's principles on with the L2 and how to use it. In a more laid-back manner when we actually have time to talk instead of during the regular market open. It makes it a little easier.
It does. It's laid back. So as we know, it's going to be a VIP perk only now to be able to come into the early morning to hear. But those of you that are VIPs, I think a lot of people that were in there were VIPs. You know what I mean? So you can still come on in, get that tutelage from Nate and Mark and Linda and everybody, Noonie, and hopefully you can get paid, get some money. I want to give a shout out to Bruno. That was an amazing class that he did yesterday on the Greeks.
Love that logo.
Thank you. That was an amazing class that he did yesterday on the Greek. I mean, really, if you didn't understand them, the way that he broke it down was phenomenal, and he's going to be doing another video where he's going to go ahead and film himself explaining it to where he can, I guess somebody said in the chat that something was blocking it, or the pictures, you know, the restream stuff.
It was.
Yeah, so they missed part of it. So he's going to go ahead and film it with just him, so you guys can get the full picture of it. So that'll be coming real soon. Yeah, you know,
it's a lot of work to do one of them videos.
It really is. It really is. That's the reason why I haven't been putting them out like I was, because just, you know, preparing for this show, you know, I like to make sure I kind of have some thoughts and things like that. And then I'm trading throughout the day, so I can't keep my eye on my trade and do video editing. I can't do the two, because when I take my eyes off of it, you know, you see what can happen. You know, you take your eyes off the trade, it decides to go in another direction, you're screwed. So, yeah, I'm focused on trading right now. So I think I'll probably use the weekend and do more video editing.
Okay.
Who we got in here with us?
Oh, Bucket. OH.
Hey, Bucket.
IO. What's happening?
The rivalry continues.
You got it.
He's a Buckeye guy.
Yeah. Here, and this is where I'm at. Well, I'll get off here in a second. I'm at my daughter's volleyball game, so I'm trying to both this and that for now. So I wanted to pop in and represent Apple.
It's pretty noisy in your background. It's overwhelming noise in your background.
Yeah, so I'm gonna log back in, Don. I assume you'll be in. This game's about to start. I wanted to say hi to everybody. I'll be back shortly.
All right, thanks, man. We'll be here. Let's see here. We got a private chat over here. Gotta enlarge it.
Dawn, you did pretty good today.
Who is that?
Nate.
Yeah, I did okay. Yep, I did. I did okay. I got Ralph, you got your camera? I played Apple and decided to just play small today and get some $6 contracts, and I got 10 of them.
Right.
And when it got up to so I paid. No, actually, they were $5. They were $5 when I got them.
Mm-hmm.
So when it had doubled, I actually it was up to $72. I went on ahead and sold 8 of them and kept the 2. And those 2 kind of rode up and down. And then when it went up and the price went back down, I bought 8 more. So to bring it back up to 10. And then I made like another $25 off of that and took 5 off when it started going back up again. And then I got out of the last ones when it just kept elevating. So, you know, all in all today, I probably made a good $50, $60. So, yeah, I'm happy. Good. I'm happy. I'm pushing forward. You know what I mean? Base hits, you know.
Yeah.
So
well, you were over 100% on those trades, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
sharp stick in the eye.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it. Is that Nate? I mean, Ralph. Ralph, what's going on with the camera, bro?
Ralph.
You there?
It's Raider. It's Raider.
Huh?
Who's Raider 1191?
Oh, Raider. No wonder. Raider, I'm gonna need you. Do you have a webcam? You there? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. Yeah, man. I mean, I had a pretty good day. Did you make any money today, Mark?
I was gonna quit. I was gonna take one of my monitors and throw it through the wall the first part of the day when I first got in.
I just thought about that.
I don't know. The cues got me at the beginning. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I got horrible fills, and when I clicked buy and then looked at my
Mark,
screen,
you said you
my
wouldn't
buy-in
go
was
today.
more. I know.
Yeah,
I'm addicted to, just like everybody
yeah,
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my contract. I don't know if I didn't click, the mid price.
Yeah.
I used the widget, and if you need to click, you can choose whatever you want. I don't know what the default really is, but anyway, my buy-ins. It happened. I did it twice. I didn't click, mid. So I got it was either that or I got plain horrible fill. So the time I bought it and the time I looked at my screen, it was already losing money because it bought in higher than what it was. So
Wow.
So I had to, I broke even on one, and then the other one I kind of waited a little bit and let it pull back some and took the loss, $100 loss or whatever on it. But then later on, I waited and when everything really started going down, I didn't get it. I had stepped out and I wasn't there at the start of the red EWO at whatever Apple and all them started dropping. What time was it? That was what?
Right.
Probably about 10 something.
Quarter till 9, 10 o'clock-ish, whatever. Yeah. 10.
Yeah.
Quarter after 10. I don't know. I had to go do something and I came back. So I missed like the first 6 or 8 bars of the EWO when it switched to red and everything was on the downhill. So
yeah.
So I played EWO like it was an EWO, even though it was a scalp, and I stayed into it, and I did make money on it. So basically, I ended up with $300 or something like that. It wasn't that much because
I'll take it.
Gained that. Well, yeah, but I lost the money and broke even on it. So then
could have been red though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I was just. I mean, it got me twice on the Qs, and it would have been nice if I got in at the beginning, like you're supposed. Well, it's just an ETF of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. So when you see them go down, Q's going to follow a few seconds later. It's like a cheat code, it really is. It's like SPY, except SPY is a little harder because it's
SPY Amara.
I think Q's are 100 companies. I think maybe 100 tech companies.
Yeah, that's what they said the other day. I remember hearing them.
I heard JP did real well with the Qs today. I heard him; he did very well. I wasn't there at the beginning like I needed to be, and it did pop back up to a green EWO and then back down to red, but it was just kind of choppy there when I left. Because I had to go outside and do some work around noon, so I just came back in. So I was only in there for a few hours.
I took 2 trades and called both of them out from start to finish.
PRZO.
I made money. Yep. Made money on both of them. Yeah.
Good.
What was the other one?
Darn Dawn. Let me see. I wrote it down here. Throw it in the trash can. What was it? When I'm in my office, I tend to throw away everything because I don't have my journal with me. But when I'm at home, I got my journal with me, and I can change. But when I'm here,
Rob.
I tend to PRZO and wait a minute, PRZO and PRZO, the same one.
What was the one you did this morning, Nate?
That's the one, Nate. That's the one I was sitting there watching.
Yeah,
that was yesterday, wasn't
it?
Wait, that was yesterday. You're right.
What I got.
Oh, that's what it was. Or was it OGBL?
Yeah. OGBL. OG.
LB, right? Or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, OBLG.
OBLG.
NUVL, something like that. Yeah.
OBLG.
Yeah.
That's the one that went through the roof and came right back down.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy. I remember Christina getting in that one at $1. I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to try to time this out because it looks like it might be going down to 88 cents or something like that, or 90 cents. And it never looked like it made it back down there after, like, it started shooting up and then it started coming back down. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not quick enough to get in that. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I remember hearing you say that, Nate. You're like, I'm gonna leave it alone because I kept doing this, and then finally you got in it. But yeah, I left it alone.
I kept looking at that L2 and I was trying to time it based on the L2 with the orders, and just like the two I called out today, I was like, okay, I'm gonna call these out. If somebody trade with me, they just trade with me. And I think my last trade, I had 4,000 shares in that PRZO or whatever it was. I had 1,000 shares in it, so I made 600 a piece on both of those trades. So my total for the day was like 80, something like that. Yeah. So
wow,
I was happy. Yeah.
I guess so, man. It's like $1,280 in one day. It's like like I can't get my mind around it, and maybe that's why I'm not yet making that kind of money. You know what I mean?
That's a light day. But see, you got to start out small. See, that's what people don't understand. They FOMO into it. Over time, you keep hitting these small bases. Every now and then, you're going to get one runner. But as your account grows each day, just think about this. It's compound interest. So if I put on 1% on my account each day, that's going to be harder to hit that 1%.
You heard me this morning. I took a $3 loss this morning on one.
I remember that
trade, and and came back. I got into another trade and got everything back and made $80. That's how. Then I stopped and I went to Charles. When I came back, I took them other. That's how I made $1,200, and that's what 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes.
And you did that in the Zoom call this afternoon, didn't you? For like $600 a piece.
Those trades. Yeah, while y'all was listening, I took those trades. Yeah.
So what happened that Nate lost money? I thought Nate just won all the time.
No.
You know what? It's funny you said that. He said something too when he did that. He said it's good for people to know that I'm human and I lose money too. Not often, but I lose money too.
Yeah, right. What caused that?
But the thing about it, remember I told you I was chasing the stock? Remember? I chased the stock and I got in when I got in this morning, and I said it when I took the trade. I said, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it.
I remember that.
I did it.
You were cussing yourself out.
And it turned on me. I was like, look at this mess here. I've been in this trade.
You're like, see, y'all, that's exactly what you need to not do, because you see what happened to me, right? That's why I say don't chase it. I remember.
$300, like it just blew right through me. And I was like, oh my God. I lost $300. So, hey, I took the L. I could have stayed with the L and not trade anything else, but I trade. I don't know who called it out, but somebody called it out. I got everything back, and I was too good, $80. And that's when I left. I left and did what I had to do and come. I was breaking my neck trying to get back here because I knew I was doing power hour. So, you know, I got back and I took 2 more trades, and they just had good trades. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the mechanics. Nate, those mechanics. You be always talking about how important they are. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Hey,
I called
the mechanics. That's why I struggle so much with the pre-market, because I struggle with the mechanics, especially on Weber. I will buy something and sell it, putting it in the doggone stop order. And so that's one good thing about the pre-market is I don't have to worry about that section. Because I'm telling you, I don't know how many journal entries I got about that doggone limit order. Like, all right, I just got to put the Weaver on the phone. That's why not on the phone, on the computer. That's why I'm kind of glad that they own TradingView now, because that makes it a little better for me. Because like I go in, getting in the trade, and then when I come back, I go to put in the stop loss. This for regular market, not pre-market. And I forget to put the drop down to put it in the stop. And so it's just a mental mistake that I always do. I don't know what it is. I journaled about it, prayed about it. I can't, but I don't have that problem with it. But I'm kind of glad that they went to second trading view. But I mean, I'm sure I
Well,
just
if you
got to
go in your
download it.
settings,
you know what
you go in your settings, you can set that so that it automatically puts a
I stop
25 or
on
30
it.
or 40 stop whenever you make your
Yeah.
trade. It does it for you automatically once you
Yeah,
go into settings and
And
set that up.
yeah,
you
that's
can
what
do
I
that on the phone. Well, I
was getting
guess you
ready to
can
tell him
do it.
because
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop trading from the phone.
I don't know about the phone
Ralph, when
part,
I
but
I'm gonna
yeah,
stop. I'm gonna
on
stop.
the
when I
desktop.
take my when I take my limit order in the regular market, I put my stop in at the same time to take my limit order in the weeks down there. I put my stop in at the same time. Every
Yeah. I
time.
see. I noticed that when I set up an order whenever
Yeah.
through Trading View, and I know using on the phone. I don't know. I'm gonna just stop using the phone.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
it.
do it on
Just
the
stop
phone.
using the phone. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, I
The
don't do
phone.
it on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't trade
Yeah,
off this phone. And I'll watch my phone.
cause you.
If I got trades going at the same time, I'll watch my phone. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't trade off my phone. I don't do that. Finger's too big. I can't
Right.
get them numbers right. Yeah.
But you're
So,
right
but
though, Nate. Whenever I put in the order up on the Trading View, the stop loss preset stop loss it was right there for me. So it eliminated the whole problem. As soon as the stop loss is already in place, so I'm gonna just have to do away with the phone. Like, yeah.
yeah.
So
So Nate,
Raider, do
what?
you have a
Percentage, I do.
webcam?
So Nate, what was the problem with your
Well,
candles this morning?
Oh,
Like how you
you
get
know
your
what? Mark was trying to help me with it, but I think we was pushing the wrong area down at the bottom. Somebody told me my time on extended was off. It should have been on, and the minute I pushed it on, the candles came back. I was like, "What the hell? I've been
Okay.
suffering with this thing for 2 damn days." Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been trying everything.
Oh, it was freaking me
Yeah.
out. I almost didn't take a trade. Yeah, it was
Nate
freaking.
said I can't trade without the candles not moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now,
And it's
I'm
not
gonna
that
trade
it's
today,
not that
Mark.
it's not that I
Oh, go
don't
ahead,
use the
Nate.
candles.
Yeah.
I look back across the chart the candles have been. That's what I look at. Yeah. So
Right.
when I'm not moving, I can't look back. So, it just makes it harder for me to trade that way. Yeah. So but you know what? I take my trade without that chart. I noticed I could use that L2 by itself. I really
to
didn't
do the
have to
whole
have the
trade.
chart, but
Do you think that made you
I could
even
take a
better at it?
trade. Yeah, I think it did. It forced me to look at that L2 even deeper. You follow me? It forced me to do that.
Sick.
It forced me to look at it deeper. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Wow.
I did not want to get on there and not trade both of them mornings, but
Right.
I sure thought about not trading because I didn't want to lose no money. But I noticed that I couldn't look at the charts; they weren't moving. So I started looking at the book, the L2, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to trade off this L2. So it just forced me to go down deeper and find my entry point. I wasn't worrying about my exit. I was worrying about my entry point, and they forced me to learn that today. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Again,
amazing.
I chased the stop. Shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
It makes me want to just do it all the time, right? You make it even more addictive. I'm like, I know I can do
And
that.
I
The
knew
way
I
you
chased
do it,
that
Nate,
damn
you make it
stop.
like a
I don't know why I
game.
did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You make it like a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My wife said, "Oh, this was hard." I said, "Well, it is hard. I'm just making it easier for you to understand it, but it is hard." And she was like, "Well, is it that there yet? I said, it don't matter. Get there. It's gonna get there. Why would I take a trade and lose money? I mean, like I was telling Christina, I said, don't be in no hurry to lose your money. Take your time, money. Don't be in no hurry.
I don't know where Christina's
She was
at.
in there.
She had
in
the
there this
wedding.
morning, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It seemed like now that's the only time
on her.
Had.
Yeah. How did she make out on her 2 options that she had? Because she was losing money this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. We haven't heard from her.
I don't know, because it went up initially the first part of the day. It popped way up, so I don't know if she dumped it because she said something about maybe waiting the first 15 minutes and seeing what happened. Then I think didn't Tesla pop first 15, 20 minutes or something?
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about Mark this morning saying, you gotta focus. You can't be scatterbrained and be trading.
Yes, that's a big part
of we care about her.
I know
we care about her. She's spread too thin.
She is.
Our agent community ain't just about making money.
Yeah, that's it.
For real. Exactly.
Y'all so crazy. Somebody else said, "Well, you ain't sleeping. You ain't got no business trading nowhere."
Yeah, I saw that too.
Insane.
I saw it or something. I don't know.
It was like, wow, and you could kind of tell she was like, yeah, well, okay. But see, that's the thing. You can't tell Christina. I know you can't tell Christina nothing she don't already know about herself. That's part of her charm.
Yeah,
it's like she agrees with you. She's like, yeah, I know I'm scatterbrained. I admit it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but either way, what's the next one? She gets right off of it. What are you trading? She's like, you can insult the shit out of her, and she does not care because she's like, I know. Next, like, no shit, But yeah, that's what you love about her. It's like, okay, get a clue. I've been telling y'all that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway.
I told you
next trade.
I said,
because we're not going to get her to stop.
I said, Christine, you better get some sleep now. You're gonna be sleeping your son's wedding, and he gonna throw a chair back there.
She's like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm also not gonna go to sleep. How does she do it? Energy drinks? What? I hope. Because I'm like, oh my God.
It's
amazing. Pain, though.
We got all kind of people from all walks in this thing. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah.
And you
half the time I be listening, y'all. Yeah, half the time I be listening, y'all. I know people be looking over at me. I just be laughing. I'm like, boy, y'all are crazy. And when Coach goes off, I be like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I know. Some people probably had some issue with the whole VIP thing today, but I was like, I don't think anybody in their right mind would have challenged him openly on the mic because the way he put that shit, like, you can try it if you want to. Meet me in the back room. We'll talk about it. It's like, ooh, okay. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's part of me was like, damn, should we have even said anything? But
Miss Linda is here.
Linda's in the house.
Yeah, we were getting to that. Linda! Where?
It's his business.
In the chat?
It's in the chat. She just popped into the chat, said hi.
Hey, Linda. Yeah, it is.
Hey,
the way he sees fit. So he's got to make money.
I was monitoring the chat, and here's a good quickie coach's lesson not to violate. I don't know who this person is. I'm not even going to mention her name, but they bought a contract on a stock today. I don't know if this person hasn't said when it expires, but I get the impression it's now. The stock tanked today. I did ask the question, did you buy 90 days or more out? Bought a contract on a Friday. What's the rule for holding a contract overnight?
That's her question?
Rule? No, that's the question I'm asking so people know. What's the two things say, Coach, if you're going to never hold a contract overnight, And if you are going to hold a contract overnight, it better be for 90 days out or longer. That protects you, because you get, just like Bruno taught last night about the Greeks, it eats it up overnight. And especially if it expires, then you're out the money. So you never want to buy a contract and hold it overnight unless it's for 90 days or more. If you do, you do so at your own risk, and especially on a Friday. So, so hopefully it works out good for this person. But yeah, that's two major rules you should never violate. Right. Don't ever hold on to a contract after market close. You can't, because you can't buy a contract or sell a contract after hours or pre-market. You can only buy and sell a contract or modify it during regular market hours. So
and you have stops.
Yes, you should have a stop. I don't know if this person did. It's in the comments. You guys can read it. Yeah, it was going good, and unfortunately, I don't know if you had a stop in. Most likely you didn't. I'm reading the comment right now. So it was going good in the 2-minute EWO, but then it instantly dropped, and they got scared to get out. And that happens. You always have hope it's going to pop back up. But I know this stock because I own some shares of it, and I'm still holding it because I already bought it, and it's no big deal. It's VS.
Oh, okay.
It was a good stock. It popped up yesterday and a little bit this morning.
We were trading that this morning, right?
Yeah, there's some people where if they just got in it today, it was if you got in at the right time, you made money on it. But in this person's case, it dropped after they bought it. So you never, I don't know what your expiration, if you want to type in there, what's your expiration on your contract date? VS is a stock bond. We can't tell you what to do. We're not allowed to advise you. We're not investment advisors or counselors. We're just normal traders like everybody else. We can't tell you what we think a stock's going to do an hour from now, 5 minutes from now, or a week from now. Your guess is as good as ours. And we can't tell you to buy something or sell something. That's entirely a decision you make. Now, you come to ADT, you'll get trained on how to know when to get in and how to get out, when to buy and how to sell and purchase contracts and stuff. So, this person is typing it'd be helpful if we knew when your contract expires. What's your expiration date on your contract? If you want to type that in, if not, no big deal. Never buy a contract, never hold a contract unless it's overnight, unless it's more than 90 days out.
Speaking of which, let's go over coach's rules as well, because I realized I never did that earlier. Guys, don't forget these major 7, actually 8 rules. First rule is don't trade with your own money. Okay, so now that I'm glad you brought that up, Mark, because I realized we didn't go over the rules. Don't trade with your own money. Make sure that you're not losing more than 1 to 3% of your account. Also, if you find that you're having more than 2 red days in a row, if you find that this is you, don't let this be you. Stop trading and start training. Make sure that you take a time out and get your account together, get your training straight. If you are not, rule number 3, if you're not a master scalper, make sure that you are learning the 2-minute EWO strategy so that you can use smaller position sizes and get in a trade and sit in it longer. Okay, if you're not ready to scalp, don't scalp. Rule number 4, 1 to 5 trades a day. Don't overtrade, because when you overtrade, you revenge trade. And if you revenge trade, you know how that goes. You're against the market instead of flowing with it. Rule number 6, position size. Do not trade going heavy. Don't trade going in heavy, because at the end of the day, it's going to create fear. Okay, it's going to create greed, and you're going to end up, losing more than winning if you do that. Just wait. Okay, time will come when you're ready to up your position size. But right now, go in with a smaller position size. It'll get that fear out of you. Then we've got rule number 6. If you are not that well versed in options, make sure you're trading shares. Okay, we've got Nate and other people that are in here doing shares off the L2 and very successful at it. So you've got plenty of training. I remember a couple weeks ago, I was like, well, Coach just scalps, but we would like to do some. Come on in and listen to Nate. Okay, especially if you're a VIP, you can catch him early in the morning. So, there's all kinds of share training going on. Get into some shares if you're not ready for options. And last but not least, all trades are risky. So don't forget, like we were just saying, to go ahead and use your stops. Yeah, man. What'd they say, Mark? Did you get your response?
No, and that's okay. I mean, this is a mistake that I'm sure everybody makes at one time. I mean, I've held one. I think one time I held one overnight with Hope'em. I mean, that's how you learn. I mean, sometimes education is expensive. It costs you money by the mistakes you made. You're not any different. I'll guarantee you, probably everybody that's a member of ADT that's in this live chat right now has done that at one time or another, or not set their stops and lost money and regret it, or didn't really know what they were buying before they bought it, didn't have the resistant lines, they just jumped in, or didn't understand how to read an L2 book, or there's a whole lot of things that you need to do before you start jumping in. Train more, trade less. And education in the stock market is expensive when you make a mistake, so you need to limit your expense, your deterioration of your account by using stops, if nothing else. So so don't feel bad. Everybody here has done that, has made that mistake, and you'll remember it, because especially if it ends up costing, hopefully it don't cost you money, but if it does, you'll remember that lesson. Write down what you did in your journal, why you did it, when you did it, and what was the result. Whether if it turns out good for you, then consider yourself lucky, because more than likely than not, it may not turn out good for you by holding a contract overnight, statistically. But you never know.
Somebody in here Monday.
Huh?
You heard me? Somebody in here wants to know. Somebody in here wants to know about Monday. How is that going to work Monday?
Pre-market.
The thing Coach was talking about this morning. Yeah, the pre-market Monday.
So
pre-market's now part of VIP.
Yeah, pre-market's now part of the VIP. It's a VIP perk now. So if you are a VIP member, you're still able to come into the Zoom, or you'll still have access to it. Most likely it'll be under the VIP only Zoom, probably.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to create that. Maybe he'll create a VIP pre-market Zoom, or he'll open up the VIP only Zoom early. I don't know exactly what he's going to do with that yet. So as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know.
I'm sure there'll be a link in the VIP.
Yeah.
So what time? Do we have a time? I mean, do we know anything other than what he said today? I mean,
I briefly chatted with Bruno, and at that time it was. Yeah, I briefly chatted with Bruno, but it was still kind of a new thing. And my impression, and I may be wrong, you can correct me, Bruno, if you're around and you hear this, is that he'll probably create it in the evening, so that way it's there for you in the mornings when you come in.
Yeah, we'll get clarification on it, but for the most part, he'll probably create or just open the old VIP Zoom link. You know what I mean?
Well, if Coach pops in, maybe we'll know. You can ask him.
Yep. But yeah, man, that was some good training this morning. I learned that, and then all day today, man, for some reason, I didn't know what was going on with Apple, but I was like, yes, keep dropping. And then, of course, it started pulling up. Yeah. But the day started off choppy as hell, though. It started off choppy as hell. I'm like, I'm not getting in nothing. I don't think I did my first trade until about 10:30. I mean, I got in late, so I scalped. I just did a long scalp because I wasn't jumping in on 2-minute EWO candle because it was still choppy. So yeah, I got in late, but it was cool. Ralph, did you trade today?
No. No. I slept through the market. I mean, I fell asleep. It was, man, listen, this Friday 13th. It wasn't about This was my first time ever sleeping through the whole market.
Well, you
No,
must
apparently you
have
needed it.
You needed the
Apparently
rest.
you needed it.
Yes. I got the same thing I did the aftermarket on last night. Yesterday, I usually take my shower, the same clothes. I didn't even go to sleep. I didn't even go to sleep last night. I just got up. Well, I mean, I guess I did trade. I didn't trade stocks at all, but I traded. And then whenever it was time for the market to open up, and then I was there for the opening, and the opening was kind of like wishy-washy. So I just sat there, and whenever I woke up again, it was the market was closing. So, nope, didn't trade.
Yeah, I saw mostly
I'm
all of
looking
that
at
stuff
Vaughn down there
recently.
saying Nate gonna need it missed out today.
Yeah, this is going to be an
Didn't say in the
expensive lesson
video.
for this person by holding the contract overnight. It's unfortunate, but these things happen. The percentage is kind of sad. You should never go in with that kind of high percentage of your total account on any trade. That's another rule. You should never go that high. So, yes, it's gonna. You're gonna have to decide whether you want to pull the Band-Aid off or let it go. Sometimes you
What's
just
up,
gotta
TJ?
admit defeat, and move on. But we can't tell you what to do one way or the other. You'll have to make an educated decision on your own.
Oh, Lucky V. See, look, man.
Yeah,
50%
I didn't
of
say
your
the name.
account. Yeah,
Yeah,
50% of the account.
yeah.
Come
Well,
on,
that'll
man.
be a
The very
lesson.
first.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I want to speak on it.
look. The very first rule is don't lose more than 1 to 3% of your account. Okay, so
In a day.
what were you doing losing 50%, man? It's too hard to make that back up. This is why we got to follow coach's rules, guys. I mean, we've seen him do things that he says, hey, listen, do as I say, not as I do. Okay, because you got to make sure that you can live the trade another day. If you're losing 50% of your account, you're not going to do that. Nate brought up something that coach mentions to us before. Take half of your money and trade with it, and then the other half. Don't you like you need to whatever you want to trade with that day, take the rest of it out. Whatever you need to do mentally to keep yourself from doing stuff like that, do it. Because at least that way the next day you can and with that kind of loss, I would take a couple days off. 50%
Sound
of
like
my
that person needs my cash app.
Right.
You need my cash app?
Reevaluate and journal what you did today.
Yeah.
So that you'll never forget. So you can go back and
love
review
giving
it.
away money.
Yeah, you can go back and review it. You can recover from this as long as you're disciplined and follow coach's rules to a T. It's not the end of the world. I mean, 50% is a big hurt. I get it. I've lost some big money myself, and just consider it a life lesson and an expensive education. But
so
you need to evaluate all the details of what you did. Go back and look at your trade. Look at what time you went in. What were the indicators telling you at that time? What changed? Or did you do something? Did you make a mistake and not see an indicator telling you something different? So tear it apart, pull up your chart, go back, scroll back at your chart and look at it and really dig deep into it and look at everything that's there. And make sure you write down your notes on that trade so that it's not repeatable. Learn and grow. That's all you can do.
That's it. Silver Springs coins. That's a good idea. To say coach's rules should be on a poster or a tablet. Definitely.
Yeah, I had them stuck to my monitor for the longest time, and then I bumped it or something. I forget what I did. I tore it all up, and I just haven't reprinted it out yet.
Yeah, I got them engraved in my brain. I engraved them. I got it tattooed.
It's good to have it in writing, though. You can see it. If it's in front of your face, it's a good reinforcement.
Oh, I have that too.
Hey, Sergio, what's up, man? Has Sergio been in here before? Anybody seen him in here before?
No, that's good. He cool. He can stay down there in the chat.
Where's Linda at? Linda was in the house and she didn't come on.
No, Linda doesn't always come on anymore. She'll come on sometimes. Maybe she's in the garden.
She was coming. She got a family thing going on. I talked to her in the chat in the Zoom, so she said she's gonna be listening. I'll stop by, but
she got a thing going.
Well, if it's like wherever she lives at, if it's like where I live at, the today was probably the last nice day for the next week. Rains are moving in, so that's what I did. I went outside at noon and laid brick and block. Did cement work for the wife, so it's up. It's done.
KB says he's got his rules on a whiteboard. That's a good best practice, KB. Put them up on a whiteboard where you can see them nice and clear in front of your face. Yep. Welcome, Tyler Watson. That's a new name. David C., welcome. Sergio, you gonna come on up here and talk to us? Sergio, you keep getting my hopes up about Tesla. Every week, every Friday you come in, yeah, Tesla's going up to 255 or 277. Last week Tesla didn't do shit.
Sergio, if you don't bring the almanac, you can't come. We need to see the almanac.
It's gonna all run in one direction, guys. On what was that day? Sergio, it's gonna all run in one direction. That shit was choppy as all get out. Come on up here, Sergio. Get this ass whipping.
He has an almanac. You know how they have the farmer's almanac that tell you when to plant and when to do things. And,
Rob Suko, what's up, buddy?
He got an almanac.
Hey, you got your ears burning. Us talking about
hang on. This person didn't buy contracts. They bought shares. They've clarified it was shares that they bought.
Okay, well that's a little bit better.
So yeah. you still own equity in that company, even though you may have lost your value. So
what stock was it? What stock was it, Mr. Mark?
VS. One we had yesterday.
And
it had a little run this morning and then died. There's Linda.
I want to thank you, Mr.
So it was
Mark.
stock, so it's not as bad as losing money in a contract. You still own it. There may be a glimmer of hope that you'll recover it sometime. Just research the company. Yeah, you need to deep dive into what the company is, what they do, when their earnings, if they have them, are at. What's their history, and evaluate it. Yeah, who knows? It could double in value Monday. You don't know. I don't.
Yeah, we don't know. No. Yeah. Nate, you know what VS do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a software company.
I like
they are a video game.
Sergio says he buys 140 days out, so he can hold on to stuff for. That's the one thing I do like about Sergio's strategy is he's always buying far out. So when the stock does a lot of fluctuating and chop, he's not really as affected by it as if you're buying weekly contracts. So that is a good best practice.
So this person bought shares, not contracts. So all hope is not lost. Now, how long you may have to hang on it to recover if that's what you decide to do, who knows?
Who knows?
Technically, you don't lose money until you sell it. But
Honey Baby Story.
Next time, use a stop loss.
Kurt Cook, how you doing? I like to say hi to everybody when they come in there. Miss Linda, how are you, honey?
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
In reference
to Linda,
your question about
Amanda,
do I know what VS do?
Yeah.
I don't care. What VS
That's what I was looking for. Right. That's what I was going to ask you next. Do you care?
They're a video game software company.
That's not what matters.
They don't make the games. Yeah. They make software that makes games interact with whatever.
Hey,
it's like Linda, a communication thing.
Did you trade today, Linda?
I did.
I know.
I did.
You don't care.
What'd you trade?
What was a BP? Well, hold on.
See, none of us care what company we trade. We're not in love with any of them. All we care whether it goes up or it goes down.
That's the only thing that matters.
I wouldn't care.
Which one was it, Linda?
If they train roaches how to walk.
BPTH.
BPTH. Oh, wow. Train, bro. Hey, Nate, did you trade BPTH? Wasn't it one of the ones you did?
That was yesterday. Yeah, that was the big one.
Was that
yesterday?
I can't remember.
No, it was today. Yeah, it was on there this morning.
I ain't got my I don't have my journal in front of me, so I can't. Like I told you, I wouldn't care if they train roaches how to walk.
For real.
Or how to sing or anything else. Linda, did you make money, babe?
I lost a little bit, but not much. My husband came home from work. We went out to go do some errands, to go to some estate sales. So I put in a stop loss because I didn't want to leave it running, and so I lost
Yeah.
just a little bit, less than $5, but I didn't want to leave it where I couldn't watch it.
What the hell? Somebody on the front porch?
But you guys heard that, right? She put in a stop loss and made sure, because she couldn't
Hold
watch
on.
it, that she didn't lose her account.
I
So
got
make sure
somebody
you're
at my
using your
door.
stops. Okay, well, we don't all need to hear about it right now. I'm trying to tell people the rules, Ralph. Go answer your door.
He can't hear
Bye.
you. He took his earbuds out.
Oh. You don't all need to know about it. Go answer the damn door. Use your stop. She used her stop effectively so she couldn't watch the trade. See, I mean, some people don't use stops and they're sitting in front of the trade. So way to go, Linda.
Dawn might be.
Yeah, because I knew I like to sit there and watch them, but I knew I couldn't sit there and watch it, and so I watched it till we got to the driveway, and then I was like, "Hold on, husband," and I put in my stop, and out I went. So,
and out you went.
Yep. So.
Yep. You need to do that anytime you walk away.
So.
What'd you say, Nate?
I probably shouldn't have even got into it, knowing that I was going to leave the house.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to leave at some point in the morning to go run an errand with them, so I probably shouldn't even. I just like to be able to watch it on my laptop. But, I took a risk. But it was less than $5, so.
See, that's the thing. When people go in trades, it's like they don't think about the fact that, and I'm speaking for a lot of times when people hear coach going, when you hear the coach goes into something with like $5,000, coach is not risking $5,000. He's risking whatever his spending threshold is. He may be risking 500 of that 5,000. He needs the 5,000 to buy in to make it do what he wants it to do to get the return that he wants to get from it. But make no mistake, he's not risking $5,000. So it makes it a lot simpler on your stress level if you make sure you set a stop for what you can afford to lose. You can go in, and like Coach says, you want to still do small position sizes, but if you are going in heavy, make sure there's a stop in place. If you're going in light, make sure there's a stop in place, because that stop is going to be indicative of what you're actually going to lose if it pulls back on you. And don't make it too loose, but don't make it too tight either. But your risk tolerance, whatever that dollar amount is, that's what your stop needs to be set at.
Where do you learn all that stuff, Dawn?
You know what? Get out of my head, Mark. Get out of my head, because you and I were thinking the same thing. I learned it at
Learn to trade and be on your way to becoming financially free. Go sign up now at AmericanDreamTrading.com, where all our services are easily accessible. And sign up is easy. Simply click the service you want and go. That's it.
AmericanDreamTrading.com.
Oh, they got a website too. Wow.
And Arlo also put the link. The link is in the description of the video, but I was scrolling through and I saw that Arlo so kindly put AmericanDreamTrading.com in the chat down there. Arlo, you could put my Cash App in there too, baby girl.
Love you, Arlo. You can put mine too. I need it.
Yeah, put mine too. I'll give you that. Oh, wait.
Hey, I want to add on to what Dawn was saying. Can I add something?
This is my show, people. Nobody else's Cash App is going in that chat.
Listen.
Yes.
We're listening.
Nate, you keep calling me. What? What do you want, Nate? What's happening? What am I missing?
You might be in the Matrix.
Dawn, you can't be springing these
you're in the
commercials
Matrix.
up on me. You can't.
What? Nate, you're in the Matrix, man.
Dawn.
I have to.
I wasn't ready for that commercial. You sprang that commercial on me. I wasn't ready. I must be in the Matrix.
To, Nate. Yeah, you are. But that's okay.
I said that I wasn't ready. Ralph to go to the door and get. I was waiting for Ralph to go to the door and get that pop.
Is that what he got?
Say, listen. When
did you get Popeye's chicken, Ralph?
No, that was somebody knocking on the door. Listen, I want to add on to what Dawn was saying about the stop loss, right? And I think it was Christina had said this the other day when we had to put in the stop, and I know it wasn't done. The people had it in regular market, but I never. Well, I guess I used to think about doing it, but I didn't know the danger of this. Listen, once that stop go in place and then it start coming down, you be like, well, I'm gonna pull it back to give it a little more room. I heard Christina say, well, I'm gonna just give it a little more room because I don't want it to tap me and then go up. What you don't realize is if you move it down, it's probably a level right there. If this level get hit, it's supposed to be a whole bunch of orders just gonna get tapped. Somebody stop losses, other people's stop losses it's gonna fall like dominoes. I heard Coach say it too many times. Once these stop losses start getting triggered, it's just gonna be one after another. You move your stop down, or you trying to move it, and then it skips over you, then you're gonna get mad at Weevil because your stop got blown past when you shouldn't have been messing with it. Just put it in place and leave it alone. If you move it, only up, not down. A stop loss is there to prevent a great loss.
Yeah. Well, look at here. I'm gonna have to cut it short. My wife done sent me a message, and I got to go.
Who's the boss in your family?
She is
the same person as the boss of your
mine
family,
is too.
Mark.
Mine
Happy
is
wife,
my
happy
wife.
life.
Yeah.
Happy wife,
Same
happy
person
life.
as the boss of your family, you know it.
44 years together, so yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
dear.
awesome.
Yes, dear.
Okay.
Yes, dear.
I got 36.
Yes, dear.
Coach was just talking about that today, remember?
Happy wife,
With him and his wife. I think they've been together, how long? Like 20, what did he say? 25 years or something like that?
28, I think it was. 28.
Yeah,
28,
we've been married
43
plus 2 years in high school.
Yeah, I got 36.
Wow.
36 years. Yeah.
My wife and I are the babies of the bunch. We've been together 15 years total, married 5 of them.
That's still a long time, though.
Nowadays, that's still some time under the belt. So
you could have almost finished high school in 15 years.
Yeah.
People are making fun of me on the chat for being old. Having gray hair. What's up with that?
Callie, what's up, honey? Guys, Callie is down there. Callie, come on up here. Have we ever seen Callie?
I see y'all.
Callie was the third one in the chat this morning. All right,
okay,
Nate, you have a good weekend.
All right, bye.
Have a great weekend. Have fun with your family.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all
Don't stop eating that red meat, Nate.
Make memories.
Oh. Welcome, Shane Weldon. How are you? She said, hi.
Anybody in the chat have a question they want to hear an answer to? Not one of the moderators in there can help you, or we can discuss it on this video if you want.
I know it's somebody in there that thought the market was about to turn around, and they bought them calls, and it didn't work out. Come talk about it. I know somebody did it. I know somebody did it. I just know somebody did it. I know somebody was
I've done it
this
before.
is a good price. This is a good price. I'm going to catch it at the bottom.
Yep. Get the market contract cheaper.
Somebody did it.
You know they did. But see, that's not always the easiest thing to come up here and say, I screwed up.
You're right.
You know it.
If you want to run out of stories of how you screwed up, I'll share some of mine with you.
For real. I got yes, I do too. I guess everybody is as transparent.
But the thing of it is, we all have made the exact same mistake. So you're not.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not in a boat lost in the ocean by yourself. We've all done it.
Right.
We can talk you. Somebody in here can talk you down. They can talk you off the cliff.
Oh yeah, TSLL. I heard it, TJ.
Yeah, TJ was talking about that earlier.
TJ. Come on up here, TJ. What was the mistake?
TJ, I promise that there's no blocking going on.
Now he's talking about somebody blocking him. See what I'm saying?
See, TJ. I don't know.
Ain't nobody blocking.
Yeah, he typed too fast.
I think he's blocked himself. He's got so much security on his system. He's blocked himself. That's my logic. I think he's secured it so tight he can't even type for any length of time. He might give away
I think he's blocked
information.
Yes, he has. right, Linda.
Oh my goodness. Hey guys, you know what? Let's see. What do we got? EWO training.
Firewall. He got 2 or 3 of them.
Entry.
Why don't you talk about entry on the EWO? There's a video on that somewhere. That would cause you. That would be appropriate for what you just was talking about, trying to guess when it's going to turn around.
The best entrance. This morning I took a EWO entrance, right? And I think it was Alan T. Motors. He was on a 30-second chart. I said, Don Jr., sit down. You're on the wrong chart. You know what
What do you mean, Don Jr.?
You know what you was
Don't
doing?
Be telling Ralph stuff that you're doing wrong.
He'll
slap you.
Using a 30-second chart when you weren't supposed to be.
Oh man, that's so old
After
news.
the trade. After
that
I got in.
So old news.
You know, I got
I
in
don't
a
do that
5-minute
anymore,
candle,
Ralph.
And Alan T. Motor was like, get out of there, dude. I'm on a 30-second. I can see it. It's coming down on you. I said, man, it's shaking the sellers off. That's all it's doing. I didn't even see nothing. What is it doing? A half a candle? That's just a breathe back. Just give it time. It's gonna get on.
Well, that's what I asked the gentleman this morning when he got into the stall. Why he did? He said, "Well, I feel it's going to go up," and I asked him why. And he had nothing to base it on.
Oh,
well, why did you do?
Oh yeah,
yeah. He didn't.
I'm sorry about that.
He was hoping it was going to go up, but he didn't have any sort of factual information to even consider doing it. So
that was pure FOMO. Listen, if you taking the trade because another stock did something the day before, or you hear somebody saying that is going to the moon, and you watch the YouTube video, that's pure FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, all the stocks this morning we were looking at in the pre-market, they were all going up, going crazy. But there was not one of them that had any news to justify it going up. There was no earnings. There was no we cured cancer. There was none of that. It was just people wanted to trade it.
Pure FOMO.
Yeah, I feel like FOMO is. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's.
Well, Mark, I appreciate what you did, because you kind of to me, took him under your wing a little bit, and you kind of mentored him and made him.
I said that.
Think
I
said that, Mark. Didn't I?
You know, and that's something now
really
that it's going to be a little less. That opportunity is not going to be quite as open as it used to be. So.
Well, first I want to apologize. I overreacted in the situation, and Mark, thank you for doing what you did.
That's all right. No, but what you were doing is showing him tough love right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know. If you're going to, that's fine to smack somebody down, but then you got to offer a solution to be able to teach why. You know, don't just, you're an idiot for doing something, but here's what you need to show them why they made that mistake, or how to avoid making that mistake later. Because we've all made it. We've all been there. I mean, Coach teaches us these things day, and I mean, I don't know why he just don't record himself and just run himself on a loop every day, because you know, he tells us. Yells at us and coaches us not to do certain
I'm sure that person was new.
So, yeah, well, I mean, just remember, when you got one finger pointing out, how many you got pointing back at you?
Well, I should have used this template yesterday.
I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Because look, we're under the picture now.
Well, that's how it was with Bruno when he was teaching yesterday.
No, it was
people were saying they couldn't see some of the contract price chart when he was showing it. That's all. Because our video picked.
No, it was like this. See how it's blocking that? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm playing with the template. So see, now we're completely out of it.
That's different. Yeah.
Oh, so you did find the wider version, like.
Well, I found the wider version back, but now I'm gonna switch to this one because now we're not blocking any of it in this template.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Just play with it, right? Daily training overview using 2-minute EWO. We've seen this one.
It's all right. You can see it 100 times every day. He's driving home.
No. This is one of the good ones. This is one of the really, well, they're all good, but this is one of the really good ones that we looked at the other day, and people wanted us to repeat it.
Good.
Good.
Well, that's how you learn. Just remember, when you got one finger pointing out, how many you got pointing back at you?
So If it'll just play. Oh, okay, there we go.
Here was your pre-market. You made money. Yay, great. That just made more than your day job. Awesome. Came back up.
So excited.
Right? Here's your 2 minute. 2 minute signals here. We're way above VWAP. You're way above pre-market, right? Pulls back, shoots back up. Now you're above the 200. Continues to climb. I said this is all very heavy. I told you guys like 6 times, be careful up here.
Yep.
Boom. Super Trend told us, hey, man, what's going on? You saw it right here. Look, it's rolling down the hill now. Like, hey, everything's indicating go ahead and get out. Well, I mean, on the break, you could be in puts. If not, you waited till here. That's fine. You're here. You made money. It came all the way down here. We saw the bounce off this 409.33, which we had already marked before as a support line. Then you saw that it was already moving here, started to fade. Of course, you've got to pay attention anytime we see something rolling down a hill, right? Flipped. Super Trend told you, hey, pay attention. What's going on? Tesla. Same exact thing today. Let's look at it. So it already broke pre-market. It pulled way back. If you made money, great. That's awesome. I know I did right there. Then same thing. Hey, Super Trend starting to alert us this could move. Guess what? Broke pre-market strategy to the downside, which turns this into what?
A put.
Support.
There you go. Just like VWAP, right? Because we already knew that was going to be a key critical level.
Get
It broke.
together,
You're like,
Thor.
I don't care, coach. I'm going ROG today. Okay. Bang. You entered in here. You're above
Always on
VWAP.
support,
Now
though.
you're above the 200. Stair step into the upside. Never comes back. I told you it was all getting heavy. You got a signal here telling you directional change. You can see here it's starting to roll down the hill, right? Boom. You're into a put now, which is somewhere in here. If not, you waited your 2 minute. You're in the 2 minute. Bang. You made money because you put your stop in 25, 40%. It went green. Boom. Then you went over here, got into the next trade. It's above VWAP signal. Told you. Plus, coach said as soon as this breaks VWAP, go ahead and get it. And there's your right here is going to be your support. And make sure you've got a stop just below VWAP. And now you're collecting.
So
That
simple,
is-
isn't it?
That is so amazing. I love that video. That is the
Yeah.
2 minute EWO strategy, period. And I love the fact that it covers. You know what? Hold on.
He talks VWAP, he talks MA200.
He talks about everything in that
Yep.
video. I want to play
Yep.
that again.
I love the Evo. I'm telling you.
Mhm. It's a secret sauce.
Yeah. Let's do that one more time.
Here was your pre-market. You made money. Yay, great.
I love that.
That just made more than your day job. Awesome.
Okay,
Came back
great.
up,
Yeah, great.
right?
Yeah.
Here's your
Always
2
hope.
minutes. 2 minute signals here.
Okay, so somebody tell me why that's a good 2 minute EWO. Down in the chat. What makes this section right here a good 2 minute EWO?
Come on, people, get involved. What's the first thing?
The very first thing the coach talks about that makes this a viable 2 minute EWO, just from the standpoint of the EWO bars. We're not talking about anything up here yet. Mark, let
Well,
me
you're
know when you
right.
say it.
Well, there was one person that gave one of the answers, but that's not the answer. There you go. John got it. John Fields, first one to type it. Second
What'd he
EWO
say?
bar is bigger than the first.
Yeah. Good job, John.
Mhm.
Way to go. Way to go. That is
Now.
right. You do not, if it's even, do we get in?
No.
No, we
Second
do
bar-
not.
The next bar has to be bigger than the first. May not necessarily be the second. Could be the fourth one. The next one's got to be bigger than the first ones.
Okay, so what are
So
some
can-
other things that we look for
I can
in
say-
conjunction with that?
I can tell
Brad
you.
said VWAP. Brad said VWAP.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's a
Which is
confluence that you
volume.
want to look
Okay.
for.
Volume weighted average price is VWAP.
It's over VWAP. Lee
Mhm.
mentioned it earlier. 6-star trade. So we've already got 2 of the stars.
Breaking up the
What else?
resistance.
What else? Look, check out my curve. What else is helping us here?
We're way above VWAP. You're way.
Trend line.
Yep,
You're in an uptrend. You're going up.
you're
at
in
this
an
point.
uptrend. That's it. That's
3
enough. That's a
stars.
third one. That's 3.
3-star.
So, and right now I don't see any 21 and 55 on here.
That's because
So
I wasn't using
not.
that at the time.
It's not.
Now,
yeah.
can I add some more things that maybe help you hold through it that I look for?
Go ahead.
All right. Another thing that makes it strong is look how it's breaking out through that. All right, resistance. Okay, you got one line that's coming across up there. You see, it's like a line. That's not a. I don't know what that is. Maybe the 200 is not a horizontal line.
Yeah,
But
the
it's working.
200.
Yeah, so it's working off of that back there like a pre-market setup. But then you got right here, it's breaking out, making a new high for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take those candles away, that's a new high for the day, right? Like if you just cover up that new high, that's another good thing. And then once you get into the trade, what
talking about right here, Ron? Up in here, new high.
Right. Yeah, it's making a new high for the day. That's another confluence, right? Yeah, and what'll make you
because at this point you don't have any pullbacks.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about next. The pullback. Listen, that's just going to be short-term traders taking profits. So whenever a breakout happens, you're going to have some short-term traders that's, I call it weak positions. That's the people that's getting 100 contracts that can't hold through the volatility. All right? They're going to get out of their trades early. So that's what's going to happen whenever you had a little rock back. But we're not worried about that. Why? Because we going in with a 50% of what it is, not 50%, that's what I do, 25 to 40% stop loss, right? So that's the reason why, because as soon as you get in, bam, you be like, every time I get in the trade, I get in on the second candle, price just go against me. Well, what was your stop loss? I went in with the stop loss. Well, I'll bump it up to 25. Go in with the 40%, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. That's the reason why you go in with the 40%.
You're only meant to go in with that. Now, let me ask you a question based on that, Ralph. If I go in with a 25 to 40% stop, right away it gets in here, and say it's not this perfect EWO, it starts reversing right away. Do I let it go the whole 25, 40%?
No. I mean, when you first get in, like I said, they're going to start taking profits and it's going to rock back. That's the reason and purpose right there. Now, as soon as they get ready to start going forward again, get behind that joker, drag your stop up with it. You know what I'm saying?
But if it starts pulling back, I mean,
up.
How far should I let it go, though?
You're not gonna sit there and just let it come back and tap you out. Now, come on, now.
Not 40%, but
no,
it gives you. It buys you. Yeah, it buys you time for the trade to be executed and you to start looking at it.
Right, because sometimes you can get in a trade, and I've seen it today. Like I heard somebody hollering or something when I was right before I fell asleep. And I heard Coach saying, like, is it news or something? And I looked and it was like a big candle in the opposite direction, right? Now that one right there you wouldn't have been able to do anything about. It was news or whatever. That would have stopped you out. But a lot of the times, whenever they see this profit taking going on, other traders that get in and try to sell short, right? And these are scalpers. Basically, all they doing is trying to get a couple of little points. Once all that battle right there, because whenever you break up to another level, it's usually happening on that second candle, it's another battle going on. Bulls versus bears, who's trying to take over? But the strength is to your side because the EWO is growing. So, like this morning, I had took a trade and I told Alan T, I was like, listen, all this don't matter. I'm going to just hold through this because every time I make a new candle, it's getting bigger. The EWO is steady growing. You just hold through it. That 30-second candle, all that don't even matter. The volume wasn't even going up. The EWO held me through it. Got out green trade. You know what I mean?
Yep. So, absolutely.
Well, like even Coach, he's even gone as far to say, you don't even need to watch candles. Watch the EWO.
You don't.
Yeah.
Cover up the top part of the screen. Yeah. You could do that.
You don't.
Listen, we just heard Nate say the same thing about the L2.
Yeah.
Okay. There's plenty of instances where you don't even need to look at these candles. You know what I mean?
You could trade. You could trade just by looking at the bars. Technically,
You can. You really can. Remember that time he colored the whole thing up? He said technically you don't need any of that.
Right.
But yeah, so you get in and you got your 25%. And my ratio is 30%. So if it went down 30%, if it goes any more than that, at that point you make a decision. Okay, no, I'm gonna let my stop kick in here, and I'm getting out, and I'm gonna think. Now, one more thing: if you are in this trade, right?
Mhm.
How many contracts should we have minimum?
At least 2.
Minimum. I'm talking bare minimum.
At least 2.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because that way, if you do have to get out of that trade, look what happened. Had it pulled back in here and you had to get out, you would have missed all of this. So you gotta, yeah, you still gotta have one in the game so that you can go ahead and ride the rest of this out. So if you're in a stock where, say, you want to use $100 for the day, right? I like something that Cox said before. He remember, Ralph, where he said he had it broken down. He could do either two $50 trades or three $30 trades or four $25 trades. But either way, he's figured out a way to break up that. He can make based on the stock he's in. So find a decent delta that's in that price range. If you're playing with $100, break it up. And if you can't do that with that stock, find a stock that you can do it with and learn that stock.
Yes,
and
then as you learn the stock, and then you get your position, like Mark said, each morning you need to come up with that number. What number do you need to come up with, Mark?
The number, what's your 1 to 3% of your total account?
Exactly.
That's the maximum amount of total dollars you can lose that day.
If you're a new trader
then
in the
you have
group,
to quit. Then you have to quit.
And if you new in this group and you haven't realized it yet, your mathematical skills need to be on point. And you don't have to be the best at math, because we got several tools that can help you. You got calculators, you got position tools to use.
Nate talked about using his calculator.
Yes, hey, whatever it takes by any means necessary to come out
Bottom
on
line
the
is,
side.
saying you need to be prepared when you go into these trades and have all of this thought out beforehand. That plan your trade and trade your plan. Okay, don't veer off from it, because the minute you start veering off and running and doing so, you know what, I can't do that because I want to stay in it. I just have a feeling this is good. No, screw your. It's not about what you're feeling. Look at what the trade is telling you and use the rules. If you got to stop sitting there, don't change it. Okay. If the EWO bars are flat, well, it looks like it's going to go. No, if it's not bigger than the first sec, then don't get in it. You need to follow these rules hard and fast. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll lose money.
GB asked in the chat a little bit ago, do you wait for the second bar to close before entering? And the quick answer to that is no. You wait until the candle is bigger
than
the opening candle. Whether it's the second or third candle, the next candle has to be bigger.
Right,
it could be the third or fourth candle if it's kind of flat.
Right.
But no, you don't have to wait. Because the candle could grow for 30 seconds or whatever. So if you wait that long, then you can miss out on a better entry point. So long as the candle is bigger and it looks like it's going that way, then you can get into trade. But you don't have to wait. If you want to, it's a little safer if you wait, but you don't have
you know why I say it is safer if you wait? Because I've seen that candle drop down and get even with the first one.
It happened today. I had an EWO disappear. I was getting ready to buy it.
Yeah,
I was getting ready to buy a 2-minute EWO, and then the first candle disappeared right before I was going to buy it.
Yeah,
but
I've seen it, and then the second one kicked in. I'm like, yeah, all right, about to hit the button. All of a sudden, it dropped right back down and closed right where the first one was. So I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't press that button. So I wait for it to close. I want that second one to be bigger and done.
It's safer. That way.
David has
especially when it's choppy. If it's choppy, that's when
I don't know what it is.
You don't want to get in on chopping.
What'd you say?
No, I was saying David has. I don't know if it's a cure for it, but David has a way to cut down on the candles that go back and forth. You know how they'll be green one minute. What you just said, Mark. Like one that'll go red and go green, or they'll be smaller and bigger. Like David got a setting. If you have coach's indicator, David has a setting that I don't know if it cures it, but it lowers it some. I heard him talking about it. So if David in the chat, maybe he'll come and talk about it one day, or you can ask him about it.
The EWO is a less risky trading strategy.
It is.
It simplifies what you need to know to make a successful trade most of the time. It's not 100% successful, but it's up there clear to the top. I mean, we have members that's like David who's who's that back tested it on hundreds and hundreds of trades, and
Yes.
he was finding success over 95% of the time. So once you learn it.
Hey, I want to clarify something too. So
Hey, Bucket.
the rule is 25 to 40%, and you don't wait to come tap you out. The reason why I said 50% because I'm not good at math, and I just cut whatever it is. If I'm doing options, whatever it is. If it's a $20 option, I just $10 right there. That's where I stop at. Boom. If it's 50, I just cut it in half. That saves me time of going to do the calculator or whatever. Also, I trust the Evo, so I'm going in. I'm getting in there, right? I'm going in with. I'm gonna hold through this volatility because I trust the Evo. I know that if I take these Evo trades at the end of the day, I'm gonna come out on the right side, But you're gonna have to take a lot of Evo trades before you can get there. And I know a lot of people be timid. They be like, "Oh, that one is this the right one?" Listen, stop being scared. Go small and get in a trade. You know what I'm saying? And you need to do the strategy. You need to do what David did on the 87. That way you'll believe in strategy.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, EWO stands for Elliott Wave Oscillator. It's named after the person who figured out all the mathematical calculations. It would blow your brain up if you dove into it. It's Elliott Wave Oscillator is what EWO stands for.
All right, we'll let it continue.
Look at
above
TJ
pre-market, right? Pulls back, shoots back up. Now you're above the 200. Continue.
Uh-oh.
Wrong button. Wrong button.
What the hell? What happened there?
You clicked the wrong button. You clicked your mouse. I heard your mouse click. It's about in the middle of the video now. A third of the way in anyway.
Here was your pre-market. You made money. Yay, great. That just made more than your day job. Awesome. Came back up, right? Here's your 2-minute. 2-minute signals here. We're way above VWAP. You're way above pre-market, right? Pulls back, shoots back up. Now you're above the 200. Continues to climb. I said this is all very heavy. I told you guys like 6 times, be careful up here. Boom, Super Trend told us, hey, man, what's going on? You saw it right here. Look, it's rolling down the hill now. Like, hey, everything's indicating go ahead and get out. Well, I mean, on the break, you could be in puts. If not, you waited till here. That's fine. You're here. You made money. It came all the way down here. We saw the bounce off this 409.33, which we had already marked before as a support line. Then you saw that it was already moving here, started to fade. Of course, you've got to pay attention anytime we see something rolling down a hill, right? Flipped. Super Trend told you, hey, pay attention. What's going on? Tesla, same exact thing today. Let's look at it. So it already broke pre-market. It pulled way back. If you made money, great. That's awesome. I know I did right there. Then same thing. Hey, Super Trend starting to alert us this could move. Guess what? Broke pre-market strategy to the downside, which turns this into what?
Support.
There you go. Just like VWAP, right? Because we already knew that was going to be a key critical level. It broke. You're like, I don't care, coach. I'm going ROG today. Okay. Bang. You entered in here. You're above VWAP. Now you're above the 200. Stair step into the upside. Never comes back. I told you it was all getting heavy. You got a signal here telling you directional change. You can see here it's starting to roll.
So you can tell up here. This right here tells you that, okay, we're about to lose it. But one of the biggest things that I've heard David talk about is something that he calls the twins. See right up here? You got a big red candle, the same size as that green candle. And whenever you see the twins happen up there, or if it's a bearish engulfing, which means that red candle is bigger than the green one before it, and you start seeing the smaller candles, that means directional change, green, green, all of a sudden, big ass red candle right here and a bunch of little candles, which means right here, this is where the bears and bulls are fighting. Okay? There's no huge volume on either side. You got big green candle and big red candle. It was like the bear came up to match the bull and said, hey, I'm ready to switch this thing around. And right here is where they're tumbling all over each other, fighting. No, I want it up. No, I want it down. No, I want it up. No, I want it down. And guess who won? When it comes out of that, it's letting you know.
Evil dropping off.
Yep. The Bears won.
Roll
that
down
price
the hill.
might be making highs,
Right.
but that evil making lower lows. Look at the evil is making lower lows.
I like the way Coach says rolling down the hill. He has all
rolling,
these analogies.
rolling.
Roll high. So you see it rolling down the hill. That means, okay, somewhere in here, and contrary to popular opinion, I no longer hold it to here. I used to hold it to here, but I don't hold it to here anymore because I'm like, okay, it'd be nice to take some profit from this, right? So this is now why I make sure that I have more than one contract, because now I can start taking some off here. Before, remember, I was playing with one contract.
That one contract make it hard.
Man,
the one contract. Hey, shaving changed the game for me. Shaving changed the game for me. Like,
so I'm like, okay, I got a couple, so I can shave off in here and collect some of whatever's in here. And usually, if you do that, you may be lucky enough to get a free trade after that, because now whatever you paid for all of it, you've now shaved that amount off, and your trade is free from here on out. No matter what it does, you've doubled what you put into it.
Yeah, you're
or
right.
at least made more than what you put into it. So you're good.
Right, boom, you're into a put now, which is somewhere in here. If not, you waited your 2 minute. You're in the 2 minute, bang, you made money because you put your stop in 25, 40%, it went green. Boom, then you went over here, got into the next trade. It's above VWAP signal, told you. Plus, coach said as soon as this breaks VWAP, go ahead and get it. And there's your, right here is going to be your support. And make sure you've got a stop just below VWAP, and now you're collecting.
If you guys are enjoying the content, go ahead and leave a tip in that tip jar. Y'all know you get your money's worth. Tip assistant.
Let me show you the difference between a 13-1, a 13-2, and a 13-3. Can everybody see my screen?
It, guys.
Watch these, okay? You see how a 1 is very aggressive. Every time it makes a directional change, they're all over the place. Do you see them?
Yep.
That's a 1. Now watch when I flip to a 2. See the difference?
Bucket, what's
now
going on?
Now watch when I go to a 3. A 3 is like, hey man, we're not ready to shift yet. Watch a 3.
Bucket, did you make money today?
Yeah, what's up?
He talking about the high-low candle close thing. What is Coach talking about on the 1, 2, and 3 thing?
Hey Bucket, I'm gonna let this video play, but I want you to tell us about that trading today, okay?
Super trend. That's a super trend settings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe you want it on 13.
They're gone. It doesn't tell you to sell yet. See it?
Dawn, it don't tell you to sell yet.
Yeah, that's super trend. I don't.
I don't have
that thing is so late. I took it off because he is so right. It is so late.
Yeah.
It allows a bigger move. That's why I think this 2 is pretty spot on, and I don't like the 1 because it's like every little micro movement, right?
Right. 13-2 works very well.
See that?
Nice.
So that's what we've been playing with as far as like what is a good indication of a directional change without it being too much and then, blowing us up when you shouldn't have. Which this is a good entry and that's a good exit, right?
Thanks,
that was a good exit. That was a good entry. So, but that's what we've been fooling around with. And David's been helping me with that. This is kind of helping the directional changes and what it's doing. And you can see now too that the super trend is more closely directly related to our Elliott wave oscillator. Do you see them?
Right. Just
These
another visual
are
indicator.
much closer to our targets now. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, it actually communicates with it. It's basically telling you, hey, on that second green candle,
yeah,
right in the same area.
Yep, it's very close now, right?
What were the numbers, Coach? I missed it.
13 and 2.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So start fooling around with that and see if you guys like it.
And that's in Weeble.
So 13 means 13 candles.
Yes.
13 2-minute candles.
Oh, 2-minute candles.
Yep. 13
2
2-minute
minutes.
candles.
Yeah. When you if you look at a 1 minute chart, you got to change them numbers. So
it represents
using a
whatever
2 minute.
time frame you're in.
That's using a 2 minute chart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It represents whatever time frame you're in, like what Linda said.
Yeah. But if you switch charts to go to a shorter or longer, then you have to go into the settings and change it for that so it reflects properly.
Correct.
Bucket, talk to us about your trades today, buddy.
Just kidding.
What's up, buddy?
It was good. It's the first time.
Loud.
Am I too loud? I'm sorry. I'll go slow.
No,
how's that?
Go ahead, Bucket.
You're fine.
You're fine, Bucket. Go ahead.
Okay. So, didn't trade at all. Like Don, you know, it was so choppy. You couldn't do anything with Apple except lose money if you tried to do anything, right? And then I don't know. I think it was about 10:30 after the big run up, and I was like, "Oh man, this may be absolutely a no trade day if this thing runs, you know, to the end of the earth, right?" I was like, "Okay." And then all of a sudden we had that pullback, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." And you know, the EWOs, and just like Coach just taught everybody on your video, rolling downhill, and I was like, "Oh, look at this!" And that's when I posted in the chat. I was like, "David, I'm actually going to start looking at getting in on a put." And he's like, "Yeah, wait till it breaks this or that." But then in TradingView, I saw the EMA cloud flip. I was like, "No, I'm going to do it. I'm making my own call." and the first thing I did was just 5 contracts, and the price was so cheap I couldn't believe it. I should have realized it then and gone. It was $137 per 5. I was like, no. So, and this is just just out of the money. This isn't searching all the way down because obviously today is they expire.
Right.
And I should have gone in with more because I didn't realize it at the time, but I was happy with it. And I just sat there. And then I actually had to run to a meeting. And I came back and I was like, "Oh, look at that. It's a plus 140%, whatever." So a whole $137 investment. And then Dawn spoke up, "Yeah, I'm in it too, Bucket." And then what was so fun is for the next hour, it was a competition between me and Dawn. "Dawn, how much percent are you?" She's like, "I'm plus 137. I'm like, "I'm plus 152. And then she goes, "Well, I'm plus 172. And then, and we're going back and forth. And then we had that little pullback. So I shed 3 then. I was like, okay, that's fine. And I think that was like at plus 210. And then I let it go for a little while. And Dawn said, "Hey, I got out, but I'm back in and I'm already up plus 80. And I'm like, "Dawn, I'm at plus 313. And it ended up that so the three were cashed out at like plus 225. The fourth one cashed at plus 311, and then the last one was plus 365. I think something like that. Wow. So for $135, it turned into, I think we totaled out something like 450 profit. So it ended up just at about yeah, exactly.
Get it done.
So thanks. And what's odd is that was the only trade today. So going through coaches.
So you did the right thing.
That was the 1 spot trade right there.
That's it.
You don't need to go back more.
No. So what I did do in the afternoon, is I did buy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Trading, you might have over traded and lost that money. I'm so proud of you.
Exactly. Yeah. Good job, Bucket.
Absolutely. I was done. I was like, okay, this is great. So I did do one because when it got down to the bottom and did the bounce, the for everybody watching, we're just talking about Apple right now. The double bottom on Apple. I literally told TJ in chat, I was like, TJ, this is going back to VWAP. And he's like, well, volume, this. I'm like, no, it's going back to VWAP. So I went into the chat and I said, David, I'm going to buy a call. And he's like, no, you're not. I said, yeah, I'm going to buy a call. So I did. I bought a $1 call. I mean, literally 100 shares for 0.01 because I wasn't going to lose my money. If anything, I lost $1, and I
So you
let it
about to
go.
scratch off.
Did you get anything? Because
Exactly.
those 1% never move.
Yeah. I am sorry. I doubled it to $2. It took
Okay.
3.5 hours, but that trip back up to VWAP, I mean, I didn't have a stop in it. I didn't have
Shout out to
anything, y'all.
shout out to Bucket.
Stop
Shout
it,
out to
Bucket.
Bucket for the 100% trade.
Right?
I paid $1, guys, for 100 shares of an opportunity to buy Apple, and it was worth $2 3.5 hours later. So,
I ain't even mad at that, Bucket.
That's
no,
I ain't even mad at
exactly.
you.
I mean, yeah, and the only thing David warned me was be very careful because you may not, no matter what happens, be able to sell that contract. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll live
Yeah.
without the $1. But I have seen how you all actually stay in almost to the end of the day. Let's say not even the last 30 minutes, but the last 15. And I never do. I always get out, and I was like, you know what? I want to follow a stock. I had a meeting in the afternoon, so that's why I missed David when he asked for me. Um, and I came back and I saw a couple green candles, a huge red candle, a couple green, like I cared. I mean, it was $1. And I ended up, I said, no. All of a sudden, I saw how it said plus $1. And I'm just sitting there going, man, maybe I should cash out now. Maybe I put my stop up. I mean, guys, we're
Good
talking about
stop.
$1. I've
Hey,
spent
but
more
listen,
in investing time watching it than it's going to make, right? I'm
it's a
like, nope,
training.
I'm done.
It's a training
But
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what?
but the
exercise,
Check
though,
this
problem.
right?
out, Bucket. Check
It was
this out.
it was
But
training.
that dollar, if you had done 100 of those, good God
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Almighty, man,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you would
But
you would
then,
It's not about how many dollars did I make that grows
yeah.
your account. It's the
Right.
percentage gain on your trade
Yeah, no,
that
no
makes
shit,
the.
Mark. Can I
Yes.
dream?
You know,
Can I dream?
Nate's gonna
Can I
trade ten
dream?
thousand shares.
He
Yeah,
not killing your
Nate's gonna
dream,
trade ten
Don.
thousand shares. I
This
can
is
only afford
important.
to
Listen,
trade
listen,
200.
listen.
You
I
know,
know.
it's
Yeah.
all relative.
It's
You
all
you make
Yeah.
relative.
100% on your money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Where else you gonna make 100% of your money in 3 hours?
Nowhere.
I
Nowhere.
bet I
ADT,
bet you
baby.
wouldn't have got that. I bet you wouldn't have got that 100% if you would have got 100 contracts though.
I
You would have
guarantee
got
it.
nervous and got out.
I
You would have
No,
booked
no,
and got
no,
that
out.
no,
You
no.
would have
That's
got
not
that
true.
nervous
first
and
red
got out.
candle.
No, no, no.
Actually,
You would have because that's
I
not
would have.
true.
I
You
would have
would have
gotten out for a loss
because
because
100% either way.
it took 2 hours for that thing to move. Like you said, Don, it was on zero from like 1:45 to 3 o'clock. So it was like 0, 0, 0, and it was
Mm-hmm.
that last push up before it went down, and it was $2. I was like, yeah, great. Look at me, man, master investor. I'm gonna take that $1 and get a half a stick of gum.
Good
Booyah!
job, Bucket. Good job, Bucket.
You know who's
Hey,
So
that's
fighting
more
me
than
on
the
that?
bank would give you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
actually, yes, ma'am.
Remember
Yes,
Mitch. Mitch was always talking about those 1 cent and 5 cent and 6 cent contracts. And I said, one day
Yeah.
I'm going to get an Apple and I'm going to play that. And he said one day he got into one that was 6 or 7 cents. No, it was like 3 cents. It went up to 17 cents. But
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, I managed to get into a 3 cent contract, and it did that bucket all day long. It didn't do jack. So David said,
yeah,
"Yeah, you're gonna have to go a little bit more into the money. Maybe get one for 10 cents or one for
yeah,
20 cents." And that's
yep,
what I
Yeah.
started doing. I don't mess with the 1 cents anymore because they don't move at
Hey
all.
Don.
at all.
Don. Hey Don.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
I want to bring light to somebody that's using this as a strategy, and I heard her talking about it all the time. And new traders don't try this. It took her a while to get this together, but what's her name? Her name is Kim. It's like her and her husband on the picture, and she trades SPY every day in the same way successfully. Like what is Kim in here? That's her name, Kim.
Kim
You
Weaver.
know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She talks
Is
all the
that
time.
Kim
Yes,
Weaver?
I
Kim, are
don't
you
know her
Kim
name. I just
Weaver? Is
know it's
that your
Kim.
last name? But yeah, she's
We need
from
to get her
Jersey,
on the
right?
show. Yes, the lady that got the
Yeah.
form is she raised on the farm or whatnot?
I
Yeah.
remember when I first heard Kim talking about Spy, and I
She
said,
does.
she's the one who inspired me to start messing around with Spy, because I heard her say one day, Spy makes it makes a certain set of moves each day, and I've learned how to memorize them. I'm like, what?
She
And
does
I'm
it.
like, huh.
She said it took her a while. Something about the picking up the kids in the school line or something. And she was
And
like,
she
she
says,
has
yeah,
success
at
every
lunchtime
day.
it goes up, and then after lunch it
Yes.
drops off. I'm like, wow, she really knows that stuff.
Shout out to Kim.
So,
I'm
yeah.
listening at you. Keep up the good work.
Kim, if that's you, click the link and come on up here, girl. Tell us about it.
Oh, she in the
Refresh our
chat?
memory on that. I saw Kim Weaver down there. I don't know if it's her because I don't know her last name. But
It's
there's
like
a
a picture
Kimberly
of her
Weaver
and her
that's been
husband. She
showing
got like
up.
a husband. They got like a plaid shirt on. Beautiful couple.
I don't know if she's still down there, but if that's you, let us know if that's you. You don't have to come up if you don't want to, but if that's you, let us know.
If anybody know her name, I mean, I don't know the real name, I know it's Kim.
Yeah, I just know it's Kimberly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bucket, I'm so proud of you, man. That is so cool because you and I have both had our days where Apple has really tested our patience, and I'm glad we both took money out of Apple today. So
yeah, so am I. And you know what's great about it, Dawn? It's Friday. What? We get to be confident the whole weekend, right? Because
we can take that into the weekend.
That's right, because last week, Miss Linda on Friday, when I had that skipped stop limit on Friday night, you know, it's kind of like sours the start of your weekend. This weekend, it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good,
so,
Bucket.
It's all good. Bucket. It's Friday the 13th. Scary movies on tonight. Let's do it.
You ruined it, Bucket. You ruined it.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that? Bye-bye.
You lost me with
that.
Hey,
guys, hit the tip jar for me for the weekend so I can get some drinks. Steve-O, thank you. Tim, thank you. And Chad, that's Coach. Thank you, Chad.
Coach is in the chat.
Rob Suko, thank you. Appreciate you. 3 people have tipped. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much. The weekend is coming, guys. I know somebody made some money. Throw me $5 in there. Something.
Yeah, and listen, you can hit Don's second cash app. It's MAGEERAFAEL
/Linda/Bucket/Ralph.
Yes.
Hey, y'all can keep asking for Cash App. I need Venmo. Give me a Venmo.
If you got Venmo, you can know how to learn. You can know then how to download stuff. Download Cash App. That's what That's what these people mostly use. Is that?
Yeah.
One more download. I know people don't like all this junk. I don't either. Hey, I heard Coach has a lifetime VIP sale
20 slots. Is it 20 slots or something like
about
that?
Full. It's going to expire once they go. But what is
and Dawn, did Dawn already announce? Did Dawn already announce the special? There it is. Okay, I was wondering. Go ahead, Dawn. It's all yours.
Thank you for the floor. Thank you for the floor. Okay, so all of you that are down there in that chat, if you did not get a chance to get your lifetime VIP, Coach has opened it up for the weekend. And what he's doing is this. Anybody who signs up, right, for a VIP lifetime membership, you guys will get a chance to win Monday, and you'll get a chance to spin the Wheel of Cash.
The Wheel of Cash.
The Wheel of Cash, baby. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So not only are you going to get the tutelage of the VIP membership for a lifetime without having to pay every month or every year or quarterly or whatever, but you're also going to get a chance just for trying to get in there. You're going to get a chance. All your names are going to go into a pool. Okay, let me be clear about that. All your names are going to go into a pool, and then Monday you guys will be able to spend for I don't know if I think one person.
Yeah, one person. He'll put everybody's name on a wheel and he'll spin it.
Absolutely. Yep. So make sure you get signed up this weekend. And yeah. Get signed up for that VIP. The link is right there in the description of this video. And also Arlo has put it within the chat. Just scroll back and go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get signed up for that lifetime VIP. Tonight, don't wait. Don't wait.
Wow, did Scott Bennett, are you a new VIP lifetime member? Is that what that means in the chat?
Did you sign up tonight? That means Scott's probably going to go in that pool to spin for.
I guess I ought to scroll up before I start running my mouth.
Scott Bennett. Do I know him? That name sounds familiar. Scott Bennett.
His name Bennett, and he ain't in it.
Yeah, I know some Bennett.
Okay. Well, I've seen something said. Todd asked, "What if we signed up within the last week for the life? If you signed up, yeah." Scott said he is waiting for his thing to be processed. He said I don't know.
Yeah, he's waiting on Coach's email.
Yeah. Todd says, "What if we signed up in the last week? If you signed up for," Coach said, "What last? Don't hold me to this, but I think he said if you just signed up recently, he would allow you to purchase the lifetime and then credit, I believe, what you just paid if it was just in the last couple of days." I believe.
Right.
And we can get a confirmation on it.
I don't want to go out and say that. So
yeah,
you need to contact Coach directly on that.
Yeah, because I think he said it today on the live, but maybe that was for whoever spoke up right then and there. I don't know that he's extending. You know what I mean? So
right.
He very well may be. But if you saw, I heard you, Mark. So you're not way out in left field. I thought I heard the same thing.
I don't want to speak.
And I was half
Scott, I suggest you DM Coach through the ADT Discord and let him know.
Yep, directly. He's the only one in yellow. Okay, so you can directly DM, and he's the only one you can directly DM. So DM him and ask him. Let him know that you just signed up this week, and if you want to move to a VIP, I'm pretty sure he said anybody that signed up within the past few days or like this week or whatever, he would go ahead and refund that and move you over to it. But if you guys sign up tonight for that VIP lifetime, you'll get a chance to spin that wheel Monday. So, or you'll get
only opened up to
pool.
what 20 slots, right? And that was it.
I think it's only 20. Yeah. So you
will
go in a pool.
chance of spinning the wheel.
I mean, 1 in 20 odds. Where else do you find that? You don't get that in Atlantic City.
Well, my luck, I get a whammy.
Anybody who has not heard David's back testing video with Coach, here's a chance for you to have some nostalgia.
Do your thing.
Yeah, Todd, DM Coach. I see your note there about your VIP.
Yeah.
What about nostalgia?
Like I thought.
We always like this because this takes us back to when David first spoke up.
Don, you got to be quicker with the videos, friend.
Okay.
This is playing with
This ain't radio. Dead air time's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. So we're gonna keep it rolling while Don get this ready.
I wonder if we can find anybody to talk.
Oh, Linda. Damn! I'm watching the video.
Don's sitting there thinking the video's playing.
Yeah, he's sitting there watching the video, just left us hanging. Come on, friend. We got to
y'all, I'm gonna head out.
Linda, thank you for coming, sweetheart.
Thanks for making the show 40% better by showing up.
There it is.
Tell the family we said hey. Tell your husband we said hey. Tell him we love him too. We all
Don't forget
family,
to bake
right?
the cookies. You got the cookies on the way, right?
Yes. Yes.
No, but I need to make some this weekend.
Yay. Let us know what kind you made.
No, she made a pot roast, Don. I'm telling you, she'll turn you back to a meat
Only.
I'm telling you, there's more than cookies weekend. Over there.
You too, Linda.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Dawn sitting up there watching the video without
us.
Exactly.
Without you guys.
Yeah, she's watching the video. Just like today, I think she was supposed to be moderator when Bruno took a break and she forgets to get off her mic and we're listening to her order something on the
Done. We
What
got to get
today?
that hot mic situation together, friend. It's just happened over and
What
over
was
and
I
over.
ordering?
I don't know. You just said hi. This is your, and you gave your real name and everything, and I'm this and that, and you started talking. I don't know who it was, and we all started raising our voices, so no one on the chat heard your personal information.
Oh wow! Well, luckily I didn't give any, but thank you guys. Wow,
You be killing it, the hot mic,
so
friend.
weird.
You are
Because
the queen of the hot mic.
Yes,
I could swear that
you
I'm
do it all the
killing
time.
that.
That's how we know you're a genuine person. It's the same thing you say behind closed doors, you say it out loud. So that's how we know. We don't.
You know, Jen and I were joking about that. I said that. I'm like, I'm not bad mouthing anybody. Everything I say, it's the same shit I say to everybody.
Yeah,
so
but you gotta unblock
like,
me though, friend. You gotta unblock me.
I don't know what that block thing is all about. You sound like TJ now. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, when I come to your when I come to the 9-day fields, I'm blocked. TJ, I feel your pain.
We need to figure that out though.
I feel
For
your
you
pain,
and TJ. I don't like my people being blocked, man.
You know what I haven't figured out about
TJ? Won't show up.
He sends pictures of rewiring old video games. He's got all those wiring diagrams that David loves, and those two get all geeked out about wires and stuff. He hasn't figured out how to use a webcam yet. I mean, the USB. Do I need to take a picture of the USB slot and show you how to plug a line into the USB, TJ? Come on, man.
Scared to allow the camera. I'm telling you, my camera took a lot. I had to like slide likes and click links. I mean, you wouldn't understand unless you had a, I feel you, TJ.
Look,
poor
he's
TJ.
MacGyver of electronics, right? He takes an old, battery. He takes an old battery-operated fan and turns it into a Nintendo 64. Okay.
I don't think he wants to be on camera.
I don't think he does either.
He says he has
you
a cam.
can't tell me. Look, he's writing code for the indicators. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So
hey, you guys, I got to get off. I have to write code for NASA and NSA. This new spy tapware in Pakistan. But hey guys, I don't know how to use a webcam. Okay. Thanks, TJ.
I don't think he's
right there. Scott's VIP did go through. It was processed. So welcome to VIP, Scott.
Welcome. You're going to let's get him a ding. Let's get him a ding. You are definitely going to enjoy that.
Your life is about to change.
Yes, it is. Welcome to the ADT Green Team.
There you go.
By the way, I love you, TJ. I know you're in here.
All right, opening bell.
Let's get the opening bell here. And the CNBC real-time exchange on the big board. It is Biopharma Maya Technology celebrating its listing.
Trades have been happening on the Apple 2-minute Evo strategy. And then I also have been using that super trend that I saw on your screen for some of my exits, because I get kind of paranoid. I don't like to sit in there all day. So I'll get out a little bit early. But what I was tracking is if you just went off of the calls that said the 2-minute candle and you were waiting till the end when it flips.
Okay, I'm going to stop this real quick. Those of you who are curious about the 2-minute Evo and just if you're confused about how to use it, listen intently and take notes on this video, because this is how David played the Evo before he got to be an Evo guru and started using confluences and support and resistance lines. This was before he was using any of that, just looking at the Evo bars, period, and looking at the basic candles.
I was tracking to see how many of those would be an actual loss, profit, or break even. And as of now, I'm at 87 trades. I have 5 that are break even and then 2 that are losses. And all the rest of them have been a pretty decent profit.
So 87 trades, 2 losses and 5 flat?
Yeah, and the flat were basically like a couple dollars. So it was a couple dollars up, couple dollars down. I was giving myself a little bit of a buffer for the break even, because if anybody else was doing it, it would all depend on where you're buying per candle. So I gave myself a little bit of a buffer there for the break evens, but the losses were like a couple percentage losses.
Perfect. All right. So out of 87 trades, 80 of those were green. That's what I've got out of that.
Yes.
So using the 2-minute EWO, 87 trades, fully tested, 80 were good, 5 were flat, meaning no money one way or the other, and 2 losses. So tell us a little bit about how you're entering. What is the 2-minute EWO? How are you working it? What is your your percentage of stop loss? Like, go into a little bit of how you're actually using our 2-minute EWO strategy as it pertains to you.
So on the 2-minute, I wait for the indicator to flip flop. Usually, since I could still consider myself a newer trader, I don't get in the first 30 minutes of the day, usually not even the first hour of the day. For Central Time, I've been noticing that around 9:30 to 10 o'clock Central is when I either see a level off or a pattern
Okay, so right there, that's huge. If you're brand new, you should be waiting before you get into the trade, because if you hear us talking up here, we've been saying it all night. All of us have agreed that it was very choppy. It's always very choppy in the very beginning of the market. Why? Because based on night before and pre-market, you've got people, if you've seen a stock running up in pre-market, chances are it's probability that it's going to drop. So, or it could go up. You don't know what's going to happen in that first half hour, and it's very choppy. So David didn't even trade in the first, and even now, and I talk a lot one-on-one with David while he's trading, he's still, if it's really choppy, as expert as he is, he still won't go in because he can lose money just like anybody else. So that's one thing. If you're brand new, don't be having FOMO. Don't be afraid to not go in and miss a few. If it starts running great, well, you'll figure that out soon enough, okay? The first 15, 20 minutes, half hour, don't trade. So that was right off the top.
Change, and then I start going from there. So I've been using the 2-minute color change in that time range for my first trade. And usually what I've been doing is following your I guess it's not actually a rule, but if it's under VWAP for myself and I'm going for a call, I won't go into it. So I'll just skip that one and look for one of my other ones.
Very basic, okay? This may not always be the case, but for you, if you are brand spanking new to the EWO strategy, you should narrow it down to this. If you are doing a call and it's under VWAP, don't get in, okay? Keep it simple, stupid. It's not always gonna, sometimes it will work out if it's under VWAP, but 9 out of 10 times, that most likely is a put. Same thing for reverse. If it's over VWAP, don't get in a put because it's obviously in an uptrend. So
make it easy on yourself.
Simple. That's it. That's it.
So what I've been doing is following that guideline. If you're going for a call and it's over VWAP, then I jump into it. If it's going for a call and it's still under VWAP, I just hesitate and I won't go on it. I'll wait for a better entry. Just for what I've been.
He's refined that since then because he's gotten so good at support and resistance lines. He knows every inch Apple makes. So he can go in early and he can go in now. But if you don't know it like he knows it, do it how he used to do it. If it's not above, don't go in a put. If it's not below, I mean, you know what I mean.
I'm doing myself personally. And then I also have been using the super trend to get out. And I noticed that it's a little bit more sensitive than the color change of the EWO. So I'll actually get out a little bit earlier. And that's been real helpful. And I think that's what kept some of those right at the break even instead of actually losses.
Yeah, that's good. So the super trend, in case anybody doesn't know, it's an indicator that Webull has that's actually a little late on the party versus our 2-minute. So typically we will.
Remember we talked about rolling down the hill? When he started seeing that happen, he would get out and make sure he took some profit because he didn't know enough to let it play all the way out. He eventually did let a lot of them play out, but he didn't know enough that, so he would, initially jump out when he started seeing it rolling down the hill and take some profit. Nothing wrong with taking some profit. But if you're leaving money on the table, that's what Coach's point of staying in it is.
We'll know in our 2-minute before the super trend kicks off, as you can see here, right? So I'm looking at a 2-minute. So the super trend is always really late, but I use it as a quick glance to go, hey, what's it doing at this juncture, and then break it down. So that's cool that you were able to use it in a different fashion than, me just staring at it, using it as, hey, this is up right now, this is down right now, and then break it all down, right? So
Yes,
that's
sir.
cool that you're doing that. So you said that you've mostly been trading Apple, and what other stocks?
Google, Netflix, Amazon, and then I've done a couple on Coin that I've tracked as well. Just trying to make sure that it's not just a fluke on the ones that I'm watching or my personal patterns. So I've tried to switch it up in the past week, but I still keep going back to Old Faithful Apple.
Yeah, that's perfect. So Apple is typically, just so everybody knows, not as volatile. But the cool thing is yeah, everything else you said is. So it's not like he picked some sort of honeypot, 87 trades, right, and predictable. It's not. He was all over the place, trading different trades, using the 2-minute EWO strategy to have such a high success rate. And I'm glad you shared that. Any other extra information that might be able to help new traders? The biggest thing I got from that is you entered at the correct time, you never went against the grain, and you always exited when you were profitable. Let's talk about that. How did you know when to exit to make sure you were profitable, or how did you use your stops, etc.?
My personal is I try to just break it down to 10 and 20%. So I'm good with 20. If it's running, 10. And then if it's running, I'll let it run to 20. But I always, I've heard you say it plenty of times for the past couple of months. If it's green, it's green. So I jump out on my own. But like I said, the tracking that I've been doing on my spreadsheet is actually running it all the way through. So out of the 87, it shows 60 on Apple alone. And then the rest of them were mixed up with the other 6 stocks that I was talking about.
Yeah, that's
So he used to cap his trades. He would cap it at 10%. Once he made that 10%, he would get out. You know what I mean? And then if he saw that it was running, oh, okay, you know what? It's kind of blowing past this 10%. Let me not shoot off my nose to spite my face. Let me go ahead and let it run a little bit. Oh, okay, it's at 20. Okay, I'm nervous now. That's good. Let me take that. Well, since then, he's obviously learned enough about the EWO to let it run. You know what I mean? So, don't shoot yourself in the foot. If it's running, what does coach say? Stop out the losers, let the runners run. Okay? Exactly. Don't kill your profits if it's still going in that direction because you're scared it's going to knife drop, or especially with Apple, because Apple typically doesn't just knife drop like that.
So the other thing again too, right? And we talk
competition.
Huh?
Remember, David will ask, hey, Don, are you still in? And I'll ask David, hey, are you still in? And other people, are you still in? Now it's a competition to see which one of us can stay in the longest. I love
it. He and Mitch used to compete all the time. You would hear them saying, it's like, where did you get in? Like how Nate gets in at the lowest bid he can get it. They were, oh, I got in here. Oh, man, you beat me.
Yeah.
You're making more profit than me. So, they would do that as well. So, entries and staying in longer. I'm down. Let's do it. I can't wait for this week now.
Dawn, well, you better hope it ain't Netflix. Dawn, well, Diamond hand that thing on you.
A little bit today, everybody, is that if you concentrate on a couple of stocks,
let him try me. I don't know. He's getting better.
You'll get to know, right, their ebbs and flows and right how they handle certain situations, the patterns, what they look like. So that also helped that you were concentrating more on Apple, right? So you get a feel for how Apple works, right? And Jimmy can attest to that. Once you get used to certain stocks, you kind of get a feel of how they breathe, what they look like, the pullbacks they have, So that's really cool. Any other information?
One of the things that I know was the most helpful for myself was the pulling back and trying to concentrate on just a couple to begin with. I know personally, before I joined the group, I was always trying to follow too many or try to buy and do trades on too many stocks at one time, and I wasn't really trying to concentrate. So that's why I pulled myself back to just concentrate on about 5 or 6. And that's another thing that you've been saying forever is stop chasing everything. And then what Jimmy says all the time, don't chase every shiny penny. So that's when I really pulled back, dedicated myself to just concentrating on 5, 6 stocks that.
I don't even think he does that anymore, does he? He's just strictly Apple.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
narrowed
because
it down.
he knows SPY. He knows some levels on some of the stuff, but Apple is he's married to Apple, which it's a lot easier if you just concentrate on that stock. You get to learn it.
I personally went back probably 45 to 60 days on most of those stocks, just looking for different types of patterns, different ranges, and seeing what they do like different times of the day. And then I wrote that in my journal based on each stock. And
seeing what they do different times of the day. Like now break that down to Apple. Seeing what it does at different times of day. Maybe take 1 week and watch what it does on Monday, watch what it does on Tuesday. You know Brady. I heard Brady say when he would come in, yeah, well, if it like say he came in on a Thursday, he said, well, I noticed SPY did this today. He goes back and looks at the Thursday before and the Thursday before that. Like maybe a few Thursdays, just to see if he's noticing any particular patterns with that particular stock on Thursday. That's another way to study your stock once you pick one. Go back and see what it's done go back and see if it has a certain pattern on certain days, just extra little tricks for you.
And that's why I personally still don't get in the first 30 minutes of the day usually.
And that was David's introduction to ADT.
Now the man's retired because of ADT.
Yes.
Exactly. Job.
It's the master of one market.
Basically using only the 2-minute EWO.
So same thing again, Robert. Are you an experienced trader?
I'm not.
So the first 30 minutes is where we get chewed up, right? So again, and I'm not picking on you guys. I'm just letting you know there's a reason why I say it. Do you see look at the difference between 10 o'clock and before it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the master of one market. I'm telling you, you should try it. Just pick one stock and just go with just that one.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. And firsthand, I can say, Bucket, I don't know what you think, but I think Apple is a good one. It's a lot slower. I'm starting to kind of also like AMD because of, Bruno and Ralph has been talking to me about it. It's like, it has longer moves. And it reminds me of Apple in the way that it can get in one direction and kind of stay there when it gets there. And it's not as choppy as Apple. Do you find that, Ralph?
Yeah, but it can get choppy right now.
Yeah.
Because I've been charting it out. It's an expansion. Like, stocks have a way of going into consolidation and then it expands. Right? So, it'll go into a consolidation. And like Coach said, the longer the consolidation, what happens after that, Don? When it breaks out of consolidation, if it's the longer the what?
It'll pick a direction.
The longer, the stronger the move. No, the longer, the stronger the move. If it goes in consolidation, and whenever it come out of that, it's going to be the longer it stay in there, the harder, the stronger the move, like a car spring, like a snake. You'll know this, but you be just worried about getting stopped out when Coach is dropping his knowledge. Just messing with your friend.
I'm like, whatever the fuck you just said. Like, what?
No, the longer the consolidation, all right, when it goes into a consolidation, it's a battle, right?
Excuse my French, Coach.
The longer the channel lasts, whenever it breaks out of that channel, the longer it goes, the harder the breakout is going to be.
And it doesn't have a particular. Well, I guess you can kind of figure the direction. Well, you can't. How can you figure the direction?
It's not really. You can't.
Yeah.
Whenever that direction is decided, everyone is going to go in that direction because.
But it's going to be strong, to your point. However longer. Yes. Yeah, the longer the consolidation. If it breaks to the upside, it's going to be a strong move to the upside.
Everybody going to be
to the downside,
right.
It's going to be a strong move. Gotcha.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's just like the tug of war. Finally gives in, and one side just is so tired they just give in, and the other side takes it. So that makes perfect sense.
So AMD, back to that, it do get choppy. Don't get it twisted. AMD is in expansion right now, so it's going to another area of the chart. So most stocks, some of it just
it was under $100 for a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it'll sit there and go back and forth until it picked that up. When it break out, it goes. It's just AMD have a better way of, like, they get longer legs. Where's Bruno? Is Bruno still in the Zoom? Where Bruno at? I just thought about that.
Yeah, he never did make it, did he?
To come speak on AMD. No, he was helping somebody. With a mic issue, I think it was.
So you guys are talking AMD, and obviously I'm focusing on Apple and Uber. The one
I'm not leaving Apple. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I'm not leaving Apple either. The one I thought
Well, you
I'd
can have
study
more than
next.
one.
Yeah.
The one I thought I'd study next is Amazon. Is that a fast mover?
I don't think I ever traded Amazon, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I've
You know,
sworn
we
off
gotta talk
Amazon.
about Amazon.
Okay.
Isn't it
I
10?
don't like
Isn't
it,
10?
Bucket. Every time I get into Amazon and Google, they rip my face off.
Okay.
I never traded.
So you can do what you want, maybe study them, but me personally, I don't like them.
Well, and the other thing is I like to share experience and knowledge of our ADT crew, right?
Yeah.
And to do that, I
Who is
want to
that?
see if someone else is
I don't know
interested.
who that is.
So
Who
if
is that?
If you're in an AMD,
Who is that?
obviously there's Bruno and there's others.
Do I need to get my black
Tesla? You got Mark and Sergio. If you're in Spy, there's a ton. QQQs, there's a ton. So I'm thinking, I'm interested in AMD or NVIDIA, but if I ever like seriously want to go in and do some trades with it, I'm first gonna do way out of the money, because I have in paper trading got my face not only ripped off but destroyed buying. I found NVIDIA knife drop. Wow,
that's what you look like.
Look at that BlackBerry.
Holy moly!
TJ,
Hey, TJ just got on Google to figure out how to connect the webcam.
You were
awesome.
in the middle of talking, Bucket, but I'm like, this is a momentous occasion right here. What's up, dude?
I imagine TJ to look exactly the way he looked, though.
I kind of did too. I'm like, he's not far from what I would imagine he looked like.
Well,
I just screenshot
what can I
it.
say?
Well, I guess you shut us up, didn't you?
See, everybody says I talk so much. Look how quiet. And
wow, that's so crazy. You shut our asses straight up.
I do have a BlackBerry. Look.
Yeah. I noticed there's no power to it, TJ.
Oh, it works. It works. It's even got a secure sled, man.
So wait, you use that phone, TJ?
I'm going mute. I'm leaving
Not right
it
now,
to TJ and Dawn and
Okay,
Ralph
wait a
right now. I want to listen.
Hey, TJ, look. I'm going to say something about your look, and don't be offended at this because this is one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite actors. Full Metal Jacket, dude. Vincent D'Onofrio. Do you ever get that?
Oh yeah.
In the bathroom scene?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I get that.
Vincent D'Onofrio, you look just like him in that movie, man. That's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket.
I put on a few pounds since basic training.
I love.
Yeah, I remember going to see Full Metal Jacket in the movies.
You talking
you
about
would never
Gomer
recognize
Pyle?
that guy.
TJ
He
don't.
doesn't look
Yeah,
anything
Gomer
like
Pyle,
that in
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
You don't look anything like him.
Oh my God, yes,
You've probably seen him in
me.
100 movies,
Oh my
but you would
God.
not recognize him.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
bro.
looks different in each movie, though.
Yeah, he does. Look at that.
Secure cat card, buddy.
There you go.
Cat card.
I mean, remember, that was the phone you used to have if you worked for the government
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
you
any
did.
major
BlackBerry?
corporations. It was the most
Yeah,
secure
they had
phone there
BlackBerry
was.
servers. Because they could control the server, they could own the servers, but you couldn't own Microsoft or Apple, so you had to get
Is that your workshop?
Yeah, there's a bunch of wires and crap behind me. Yeah, this is not the place I would probably have chosen to come on camera, but
It's
Where the
actually
video
pretty
games
cool.
at? Yeah.
Say again?
Where the video
Oh
games
God, they're
at?
out in the shop, man.
All right.
I mean, I got consoles and fucking boxes of everything imaginable, so we can do show and tell one day.
Y'all gonna get off my friend back now. Y'all be giving TJ a hard time. Stop that.
Dude, that is so
I
awesome.
got your back,
TJ's like,
TJ.
these mother. You mean I'm not
You know
coming on
what?
camera? Okay, you think I'm scared? You think I'm scared? Huh?
Shut up.
TJ's a good trader, though.
Asses down. Like here I am.
Some
what's
days,
up?
not yesterday. Yeah.
No, you want me to come on camera? Here I am. What's up? What's the problem? Tell me how to know.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of this.
webcam.
I gotta get rid of this stupid headset here.
I need
What
to
is
give me
wrong with
one.
the
I want-
headset? There's nothing wrong with the
It's just
headset.
heavy. It's just
Oh,
heavy.
okay. Gotta get that Bluetooth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New trucker's headset. I broke mine because I was sleeping on it. I got one right here. Damn. Well, that didn't work good. Yeah, I broke it. Yeah,
What's
I
going
just
on
broke
with
it
the
again.
Bluetooth and cancer? Should I be worried about this? Because I keep this thing on like literally all the time. They don't give that much radiation out, right?
Yeah, I don't think, because I used to wear mine nonstop. That's how I broke it. I falling asleep with it on. You know, because
I do too. I do it for
people be like,
subliminal healing.
why you got the headset on all the time? But like, all right, I have a phone call come through, and then I'm listening to a podcast or whatever, and so as soon as the phone call stops, it goes straight to the music or whatever I'm doing. So
right,
yeah, I used to have the headset like I'm working in
I'm in a
McDonald's or
Zoom
something.
call on it. I do video editing with it. It's like constantly on. Sometimes I'll sleep with meditation stuff on it. Like I always have it on.
All the truck drivers in the chat, y'all know that ain't the game. All right, especially whenever they came out with the $10,000
I could hear better
fine.
with it.
Whenever
I can hear better with it. I don't like them things pushed to my ears.
Right. Yeah.
I know, me either.
Yeah,
I can't stand earbuds.
Have you guys
yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah.
like this?
Yeah, I had a behind the head one, but it broke. So I'm a little bit.
I don't really care for one behind the head. They like.
Yeah, that one's slick.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah, I like that.
The reason I like
That's
these
pretty
is because when you put them in, I can still hear if my wife is yelling at me.
That's when it transmits to the bones,
I have
right?
to do this.
Yeah.
I like taking the video
zombies.
off.
It's awesome.
My computer
My
speakers
brother-in-law
have
says
bust.
it's
I like
really
that.
strange. It's really strange how well you can hear with them, and it's not in your ear.
Exactly.
It uses your skull to the bones to transmit.
I think it was Nana that busted my speakers.
Nana can get loud.
It's true.
Is Ralph in here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Not Ralph. I'm sorry. Not Ralph.
Bruno.
Rusty. Is Rusty in here?
Rusty. Who was Rusty?
I mean, is Rusty hanging out still?
No, we haven't. I don't see Rusty
I be seeing
in the chat.
Rusty in it. Yeah, well, Rusty, come on up, Rusty. Scared to get on the chat.
Was he in the chat?
Yeah, Rusty always be in. I know he always be in the Zoom chat. Where is it? Is he down here? Let me see.
I don't think I read his name off tonight.
All right, good.
Wow, you avoiding Rusty?
Oh,
No,
David,
no.
David, come on up. I was just talking about you, David. We just watched
He was
the video.
messing with me about my old Atari.
David, we just watched your 87, your introduction video for like the 1,000th time.
Yeah. By the way, that 80 successes out of 87 equates to 93% success rate.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's amazing.
I'm telling you, I know
think
that
it's actually higher.
already.
I think he said he's actually gotten even better results since then. I think his percentages are higher.
I did,
and he's made over 600 trades now. So yeah, he was that was really beginning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the strategy.
Yeah, I remember when that. I remember that day when he.
Bucket, did you do the strategy, Bucket?
Which one?
The Evo, get in on the Evo account. I rode you about 4 days when you first came in the group. Every time Bucket raised his hand and asked something, I'd be like, Bucket, just listen. Take every Evo trade.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part.
Did he freeze up?
Did he freeze up? I don't think he did. Only Christina freezes. I freeze up sometimes, though.
Check out Bucket's background.
Sorry about that. What was your question, Ralph? Did I use the Evo today?
No, I said, did you do the Evo strategy challenge or what is it called? I don't know.
I don't even know what that's about. Was that on the call today?
No, not today. When you first came, all right, you remember when you first came and you was asking all those questions? And I was like, Bucket, just take every Evo signal that comes up. Just pick a stock and just take every Evo until you do like at least 20 to 50 trades or 100 times. You remember I was telling you, did you do that?
I have done that. I did the Ralph challenge.
Yes.
The Ralph.
Right here.
I'm telling
you.
It's not my challenge, but yeah.
You challenged me.
All right. Well, yes.
But
how many times
the funny
did it work?
thing? The funny thing is less trades, and I've been tracking every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing the stock ones with y'all in the morning or whatever, and the ones that I have 7 or less trades in the day have outstanding performance. To give you an idea, like 3 days ago, I had 16 option trades.
Wow.
$40.
Oh my God.
Yesterday, 6 option trades, $275.
Less is better.
On Monday, you guys are going to laugh, 13 for minus $16. And then obviously today 1 trade, about 400. So
he got a big book. He's in this for a lifetime.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I'm on my second journal. And I'm almost to do this one. I got I'm gonna have to go to a different type of journal.
I don't know if it's arrogance, but I know what I did wrong, and I keep saying I'm not going to do it again, and then I do it again. So I'm not sure I need the journal to remind me. But
well, here's the deal, TJ. This is what I do every morning.
Guys.
Every morning before we start, I read through. What I did is I created. I've got Coach's 7, and then I have 17 rules, y'all. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it. Charles Lee Ray.
You added rules.
I add rules when I screw up, right?
Don't do that dumb shit I did yesterday.
Yeah, don't force a trade. Watch your stops. Last 30 minutes, get out. Near VWAP, 2-minute EWO, 21:55, right? 10 a.m. because I have to do everything in Eastern because I'm here local, right? Find reasons to get in. Be cautious. Use scalp rules when scalping, EWO when EWOing. Right? Because if you try to put the scalp rules on an EWO or the EWO rules on a scalp, you're going to get wrecked real quick. Right?
It's not the same strategy.
Yep. So I'd read this every morning when Coach is doing his marketing. And that I read these and here, I'll just give you guys a laugh. Because who's your worst critic, right? You are, right?
You.
Yeah. Yesterday's trades when I had all those trades. Hey, dumb ASS. Look, you lost this because you were an idiot. This is why you were an idiot. So I kind of, joke with myself.
Don't beat yourself up too, man. Hey, listen, I have to figure this out. We got somebody here on the panel without a camera. What Mark is it? Is this Mark Mancini?
No, this is Mark W.
I'll see you
Mark,
guys later.
I'm going to need you to put your webcam on, bud.
Oh, you gone, Mark?
All right, I got to figure out how to do it. I was going to put my last name in, but I can't figure out how to do it. Because I know
it's right up under there.
Here.
You see the settings down there by the microphone?
Yes.
All right, so hit this. You see the camera? It got a line going through it?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, turn it on. And then all right, yours worked better than mine.
There you go.
All
right. You might have to go. I had to go to some weird stuff to turn.
How do I add my last name to my name so people won't get confused with all the marks?
You can.
Well,
you
maybe
can,
it might be better
that.
just to leave it like that, because I think you're the only one that has Mark in there like that.
Right. So look, if you come back in the next time, because mine's is messed up. I think mine's just had an R at one time. When you get ready to come back in the next time, whenever you get ready to join, you can change the name then. Or you may be able to do it right now in the settings, but you can leave it alone for now. You're the only Mark. Let me see.
Yeah, this first.
Yeah, when you first come in and it says allow.
Right, yeah, you got to do it on coming in the next time.
Oh, okay, all right.
But you fine for now. We know you. Which mark is it again? Now we got like 8 marks.
My last name was
Welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
How you doing?
This first time
How's your trade?
Are you a member?
Yes, ma'am.
Glad you came up.
Shoot, probably since almost a year now, I think.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Congrats.
So I don't say much during the day. I try to learn because I lost my tail a lot last year. I make some, then I lose it, then make some, then I lose it. Then I joined the VIP. Probably about 2 weeks ago, I joined as VIP.
Congratulations. That's the best move you ever made.
Right.
I know it all.
Welcome on board. It might be a little crazy, but this is the best place you'll find.
All right. That's my classmate right there, TJ. He came in about a year ago with me.
Yep. I haven't hit a year yet. I'll hit a year in January. Wow.
I haven't hit the year yet, though. I hit a year. I think I joined the Discord in October. Wait, we're in October
I'm new.
already.
I'm only like.
Yeah, we're in
I'm only like 3 months old or something like that. I'm still JV.
You coming up to
I'm still
JV?
JV. I'm only like 3 months old. Yes.
You ain't on the JV team no more. We moving you up. Because I got.
Well, Mark, how do you like what you've been learning in ADT so far? I know you're enjoying the aftermarket.
Oh yeah, I like it. I try to get on every day. I work for myself, so I'm usually in with the coach every morning. Sometimes all day, but it's hard to look at the computer all day long. My eyes get tired.
I know. I go back and forth between the computer and my phone too.
Yeah. I got a question.
Yeah. Did you trade today?
No, I had to work today. I had to go to the dentist again this morning. Well, I made one little trade. I made like $80 on Tesla. Then I lost like 100 on Tesla. Then I cut the computer off.
So technically, you lost maybe $20, right?
Yeah, I lost $20 today.
So not bad, not bad.
I did look at my other options. I got another Tesla option. I buy options out 8 months, a year and a half out.
All right.
Option for January 17th of 25.
Where you from, Mark? You sound like you from around my way.
Virginia, Petersburg, right below Richmond.
Okay. I knew
he's
it was
near
down.
Coach, maybe.
Yeah, I'm near the coach. I'm about 40 minutes from the coach.
Yeah, I used to live there. I used to live on Fort Eustis, where Langley Eustis now. I used to live on base.
I was on Eustis.
Yeah.
I went to IT at Eustis.
Yeah.
Even Uncle Sam thinks it sucks.
Yes.
Yep. What's the name of it? Eustis?
Yeah, well, they changed it to Langley Eustis because the Air Force took over the base.
Yeah.
When I was there.
Yeah, they consolidated a whole bunch of bases
and
renamed a whole bunch of bases.
It's still called Fort Eustis, ain't it?
Yeah, Langley Eustis. Yep.
Yeah, that's what
Fort Eustis.
I've been down there about 5-10 years.
Hey, I like that. I like that the Air Force took over because, like, when I went to Iraq, it was just Eustis, so it was Army, and so the Air Force took over, and that's when they made a joint base, Langley Eustis. So they built the new barracks. I had them Air Force barracks, and look, I was a sergeant
too. Yeah, the big old half a can.
Yes, I had a real apartment.
I was in them half can barracks. Yeah, we had to walk 1.5 miles to the airfield every morning for school.
Wait a minute, are you talking about the ones that look like an airplane hangar?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, no,
it's a half a can.
Oh yeah,
like
I know
you cut a beer can in half and put 100 bunks in it.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying like the barracks that we lived in was, I guess the Air Force built them, and it was nice because I moved to
there later.
Yeah, I was the permanent housing. They have.
Oh yeah,
Eustis is pretty big though, but I moved into like some new barracks for the sergeants, and it was like really nice. It was really nice. Like it was like a baby apartment. I mean, the Air Force lived way better than us.
I didn't have it like that.
Yeah, they lived way better.
I didn't have it like that. I had one bunk. I was lucky enough to have the top bunk.
No.
You were a Sarge?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who? Which?
Yeah, towards the end, but I was a soldier most of the time. I didn't get the rank until the end, but I got it.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
TJ, where'd you rank at?
I got out of the Army. I was a corporal. I got my 5 bars, and I had enough and got out.
Corporal Barnes?
I did the same. Yeah, I did the same thing as TJ. Right.
I'm thinking about Corporal Barnes when I was looking at a few good men. Wow. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for your service, by the way.
Don, thank you. In aviation, most mechanics are specialists, so the same grade E4, and then I got a field promotion for corporal because my sergeant got busted. So I had to have a hard stripe, is what they call it, to be in charge of the operation. So I got a field promotion for a corporal. But when I moved back to the what they call garrison back in back into the real world, they wouldn't let me wear my stripes.
The same thing happened to me.
Yeah. And ended up on both duty rosters. So I was sergeant of the guard one night and I was a guard the next night. Like, hey, come on, just pick one. So
But no, the second time I went to Iraq, it was the same situation. Like they didn't have enough sergeants on the unit, so they had to go and add corporals. And so I had that while we was down there because there's a lot of. They don't have too many corporals. Like, well, I think they do now, but they didn't have too many. Like whenever you back in the rear, but when you go to Iraq, you see a lot of them because he's short-handed. And so when I come back, they was with the same thing. But I was a DA corporal. They made me a DA corporal. I don't know.
DA,
yeah. And so when I had came out, I was like, my first song was like, you want to move up in those barracks, you got to get the rank or something like that. And so I went on ahead and got my points up. As soon as I was getting out, and I did the reserves for a while, and that's when I got the real rank.
I was on what you call 9-9. Never mind. That means I made all the points necessary for the next rank, but it never came because there was too many people in my field. Because I enlisted for an 8-year tour, so everybody who enlisted, if you go in for 2 years, at 2 years they offer you your E5. But if you go in for 8 years, you just sit there for 8 years waiting for a slot.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like working for Apple. That's what I hear. You get in Apple, you sit there for like 10 years at the same grade.
Wow, I believe that.
Yeah. So what you betrayed? What he said he betrayed? I'm sorry about going off on that whole tangent about the military.
It's all good, man. I love to hear you guys reminisce and get nostalgic about that. It just makes me think about it. I get to have an inside look at that because I never got a chance to do it. So when I hear you guys talk about it, I just kind of sit back and imagine you guys being in every military movie I've ever seen.
Right. Well, I tell you this, as a soldier, whenever somebody says thank you, first of all, it's humbling. Second of all, you remember all the other people out there, the first responders, the nurses, the kindergarten teachers, the police, everybody out there doing what they're doing is what it's all about. So it's everybody. It ain't just,
Yeah. Shout out to all.
It was a job.
Tip if they trying to go in the military, if you want to get ranked faster, go to Germany. I'm telling you. Go to Germany first. You're gonna get everything faster. Like I went to WLC when I was a PFC. Like the school for sergeant. I think they call it BNOC or something back in the day.
PLDC, BNOC.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
PLDC.
I went to those early. Like I guess because there's not that many people.
All right, you're boring everybody, Ralph.
All right. Yeah, let's get back to stocks.
No. I was about to say because I'm actually about to. But you know what, Mark? What stocks are you trading when you do trade?
Mostly Tesla.
Mostly Tesla.
Well, in the past, I've done some dementia, not no weekly trade, long-term option, but mostly Tesla right now. Once in a while, maybe twice a month, I might do Apple, but I tried a few of them. But I like Tesla because it can move like $10 in a day.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, Ralph. Old Dominion, the freight company.
Yeah. You traded
Tesla burned me up yesterday. I'm mad at Tesla. It burned me up yesterday.
The TSLL. Yeah, you got to be kind of careful with those options.
The TSLL. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna keep scalping.
I do the shares when I do TSLL.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because it's getting a little late. Go spend some time with my sweetie.
Are y'all gonna be here tomorrow, or is it Monday through Friday?
It's usually typically Monday through Friday. Not every Saturday, but sometimes we do. So I think I will go ahead. I don't think I did it last Saturday, so I will probably come on here tomorrow for a few hours and maybe we can go over some training videos.
Yeah, I like your training. You learn a lot. It's it's more, other than during the daytime with the coach, it's so fast. A few of the things slows down and you explain it. I mean, I really like your show here.
Yeah, awesome. That's why we did
this. I'm glad.
Yeah. I know Don trying to get out of here, but we can make it quick. What you want to do? He want to ask something, Don. You running him off. What you was gonna ask?
Seriously? I'm about to let me get you out of here real quick.
I can hear it in his voice. He's like, y'all come here every Friday. You want to ask something. What is it?
Do you have a question, Mark? I'm not running off on you. Do you have a question?
No, I'm just sitting here listening, try to learn stuff. Got to learn every day.
We just had to be sure.
Okay, well, you're going to have to come much earlier, Mark.
Yeah, I know it. I just got in a little while ago, so.
I know,
well, we're
baby.
glad you came,
I'm
though.
just kidding with you. Because sometimes we're running it up to like 8, you know?
Yeah.
If you want, I'll play a video for you. You got anything you want to see? Have you been hearing us talk about the L2?
Yeah, I've been watching y'all past week or two.
Do you have an understanding of it?
The L2, somewhat. I still can't figure out how net on the bid. You got the bid on the left and the ass on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to go down the bid. Like, let's say a stock's trading for $10. He'll put a bid in for $5. But to me, when that stock's at $10 and it starts going on down to $5, that stock is losing.
Okay, but here's the thing.
That's when he wants to pick it up.
Yeah, that's when he wants to pick it up. He doesn't get into it until it goes down there. That's the whole point of why he makes the money that he makes. He will sit there and look and see where there are a lot of buyers at a lower price than what it's trading at.
Yeah.
And you don't think when he buys it at $5, it ain't gonna keep on going down to $4 and $3 and $2?
Well, see, that's the thing.
He's got a sense. He's already scoped that out.
Well, the reason is, I'm telling the bulk of the reason is no more big. Well, they may have big like orders up under that, but the biggest bulk of the orders right there is the stock is probably gonna find support right there. So and so somebody gotta. Yeah, if it comes down to 5 and it's like a big order down there, because that's the reason why we picked that certain number. Random.
He'll look through 20 stocks before he picks one that he likes, and he looks at all kinds of things, and then once he picks one, he lets it come down to him, pick it up, because he already sees all the orders on the buy side.
So
on the ask side
in the mornings.
You said you're a VIP, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we've been getting in there as early as Mark McSee's been getting in there, and a few other people as early as 4 in the morning.
Good guy. Can you trade at 4 o'clock?
Yes, it starts at 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I use Charles Schwab. I mean, I got pre-market, but I ain't never bought pre-market on Schwab.
It's dangerous. No stops.
Yeah. Do you do shares?
Yeah. I got 100 shares of Tesla right now. Sudden.
Okay. And have you ever traded penny stocks? Because that's primarily what they're doing in the morning. Okay. That's primarily what they're doing in the morning.
Yeah,
but come in there. If you can get in there a morning or two, go ahead, because Nate will be more than happy, and Ralph and Mark and all those guys, and TJ's in there with us a lot of times, will be happy to walk you through what he's doing, you know? And the cool thing is, I've heard him say that even at that low level, he'll go back maybe a day or two or maybe a month and see where the lowest that stock has traded before. And then come, you know what I mean? And try to pick up a lower price, just like Coach
it's like
chart.
support resistance. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back to that day, okay, now is there anybody that is close to this price, and how many of them is it? Oh, okay. There's 10,000 of them sitting at that same level it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
supply and demand.
Yeah.
And he'll put his order in and he won't budge. He'll wait for it to come down. And he has said if it doesn't come down there to him, he won't get it. But it will, because he will get in there with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So that'll drive it down.
Well, and if it don't, he just moves on to the next one.
That's it.
No one can explain it but him. He's got the coolest way about it. He's got this, like, people like me, I got to look at a chart and a graph and do some math and break out a slide rule and my BlackBerry and the whiteboard and the chalkboard and the blackboard.
You got to keep it simple, TJ.
But I'm getting it better. I'm getting a lot better. And I keep telling people all that other stuff is awesome, but the simple stuff works.
Yes.
I keep saying that. I keep telling everybody that. I love what everybody likes to talk about, all the complicated stuff, because I get into that. But I realize that at the end of the day, it's supply and demand, support and resistance.
That's
where you're at.
And you don't need to know none of that. Just get in on that candle and make sure it ain't a level right there.
Nate sees the supply coming up. It's actually demand on the bottom. It's backwards, but to the normal mind, you think supply. But he sees a demand coming up at the bottom, say $1, and he'll put his bid at $1.01 or 99 cents. And when it comes down there to pick up that dollar order, it picks him up and then carries him right back up to $2, and he sells.
Mm-hmm.
But he waits. All the rest of us go in there. We're like, $1.80, and we pile in, and then it falls down to 80 cents, and then we get out because we're scared because we just lost $80. and Nate's just sitting there. Don't get in. Don't get in.
Yep, he's like, don't get in.
I told y'all it was coming down to 80 cents, and I didn't.
Listen, the best thing, Nate always say this, the best thing to do is whenever you see it, you put in the order and then just go chart somewhere else. Your thing gonna be like, it's gonna make whatever chime sound that it make whenever you get picked up.
It's like he's got a crystal ball.
Yeah,
I'll be something else and just hear it go ding.
I'll be like, dang, I'll be like, I just got picked up.
Right.
I love
Let me go pay attention.
Soon as it pick you up, it turns around.
Like 4 a.m.
I gotta get going, guys.
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
a.m.
Shut it down. Thanks for coming on, TJ.
All
Don't be a stranger.
Yep.
All right, I'll see y'all next
Mr. Mark. Join us.
Okay, Mark. Good meeting you.
All right,
Welcome on back.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so
Ralph threw
everybody,
down the challenge. I had to come and do it.
Yeah.
man, don't make it the last time, TJ.
Yes, TJ.
No, it ain't that. It ain't that. It's a whole lot.
No,
Like usually right now I'm working. I'm like trying to get stuff done because I want to trade during the day. So
Yeah.
I push work off to the evening until I can not have to do that.
Yeah. So
We'll get there.
thank
We'll
you,
get
man.
there.
I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
Yep.
Ralph, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Everybody.
Oh
This-
yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be here.
man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Coach, you ain't gonna get rid of
Be
me.
the same.
I'm here to stay.
Oh boy. It's time to go. It's
Yeah,
time to go. Bruno's here kicking.
Bruno here. Where you at?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Where is G Money?
Auf Wiedersehen. Dankeschön.
All right.
But yeah, man. Everybody have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend if I don't see you. And I will be on 11 o'clock tomorrow to do some training with you guys. We can go over L2 stuff and support and resistance and all that good stuff. So everybody have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right.